Hello and welcome to the Blue Reese Podcast, episode number 85. I'm Adrian. David's here. Gore's here. Nothing unusual this week.
Oh,
This is
we got something unusual this week.
This is our gaming
we
podcast.
got plenty unusual.
We usually record live on Thursdays. We're doing it on Friday. But the podcast will be going up. If you're listening live, the podcast, I'm going to upload it immediately after this, so it'll be one of those late night subscription things. This our video game podcast, we do some news, we do some trivia, we do some we show off our collections, whatever we bought. This week we're going to talk about some next gen stuff. Next gen's next week, so we're going to talk about some of those reviews. Talk about Avengers, how much that flopped. And then our game's gone by for Silent Hill 2 is the end of this episode, in which Gore, you're in February. Do you need to announce your game at all, or is that are you good still?
I should be all right.
Cool.
It's not gonna be that long.
All right. Cool.
I don't know exactly what it is yet, but
Nocturne.
I don't think it's gonna be very long. No, it ain't gonna be Nocturne. I'm not a fucking idiot.
And then twitch.tv/depunked is where we stream this. Just like crazy pepperoni in the chat says, can't wait to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. We're gonna talk about that game and coming up in a little bit too.
Ooh, Spider-Man.
This week. Actually, let's talk about games gone by first really quick. So yeah, Silent Hill 2 will be this week, or this episode. Next up is Gore's pick, November 26th with Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. The next month is December with David for Grim Fandango, and then January is my pick for No Man's Sky. This week, actually tomorrow, Saturday, the 7th, we're doing Extra Life. We're not doing 24 hours though. Well, David is.
I'm still gonna do the 24 hours.
So
yeah.
I'll be hosting the rest of his stream on my channel, but the rest of the boys, me, Gore, and everyone else, are only gonna do 12 hours this week, and we're probably gonna do 12 hours next week as well. That way we'll have the PS5 with us. That way we can do some fun streams with that, and you play some Godfall.
Godfall. Finally.
What
you shake your head. You look like something wrong. You look like fucking. I want to say what he looks like, but it might be too mean.
Tomb Raider was good. The Avengers game wasn't. I agree. Tomb Raider was good. The Avengers game wasn't.
Yeah, they should have just stuck with fucking Tomb Raider, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so twitch.tv/depunked for starting at I think we're doing 7 a.m. Pacific. So that means 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll be doing 12 hours of games. So that means, David, are you gonna if you're doing 12 hours, 24 hours, and we're not gonna you're not gonna do the Halo stream tomorrow then, huh? Or on Sunday?
It'll be up.
Probably not.
We'll
do it some other day.
Yeah, we'll figure that out if that's not gonna
You
happen.
have all the way until 2022 when they release Halo Infinite to do it.
True.
Anyway, so
yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll talk behind there. We'll talk about what we're gonna do on the stream on Saturday. But yeah, we got a couple lists. I don't know what games we're solidified for sure. We're for sure gonna do Jackbox 7. I'm not quite sure what the other games are we're gonna do yet though. I really want to do the Ghost of Tsushima raid, but we only have me and Gore with that game right now.
yeah, we should wait until next week anyway to do it, because then we'll have our PS5s boosted mode.
True. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. But I don't know what else we're gonna do. Probably just we're doing a bunch of bad games. I know that we kind of want to do knock out the shitty games we have in our backlog.
I definitely want to do Pimp My Ride on PS2.
Oh yeah, go ahead, have fun.
Hell yeah.
I think that's about it. David, what'd you play this week? Oh, I should say really quick. Let me interrupt. Audio podcasts go alongside with the Blue Rupees. They're on Spotify. They're on Google Podcasts. They're on Apple Podcasts. Shouts to India. We found out. I think we found out why we're so popular over there. That's so if you're over here and you're from India, this is not.
They think we're money.
This is not about money. We spend money. And we hope you'll
no wonder we have a drop off rate of about 10 seconds.
If you're still here, hope you hang out and I hope you like video games.
Hey, what's your favorite Bollywood movie this year? That's what I might as well direct some questions, right?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that'll rotate it. We'll have to,
man, that robot movie.
We'll have to start the podcast with a topic to grab them from the get go immediately. Hello, welcome here. What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
What's your favorite? I forgot the guy that sung J-Ho from Slumdog Millionaire. That guy. What's your favorite?
Maybe
What's
we
his
can
favorite?
get
song?
Mudahar
What's your
to
favorite
guess
scene from
Phil
Slumdog
Millionaire.
Millionaire?
Yeah. What's everyone's favorite? What's that YouTube channel that's popular?
Oh, the one that took it over?
Yeah. Was it? That's
Oh,
Indian, right?
shit. I forgot. Let me go look.
I don't even know the name. I think it's
Uh,
Indian, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Like Indian
Yeah.
Vivo, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. But it's
Most
called.
subscribed
What was it called? All right, we're doing little history.
T series.
T series. There you go. What's your favorite T series video? Damn. You know what? Maybe I should get into more Bollywood stuff because, whew, some of that shit
Yeah,
is
we got the
crazy.
audience for it.
Yeah, that too. But some of that shit is crazy. I only watched a couple, and I watched one called, I think it was called Robot. That was like insane. It was like Terminator if they had a way smaller budget than most Terminator movies, but they used it more effectively. It's really good. Anyway.
So, if you're still here and you're still listening and you're from there, shoot Gore some recommendations.
Yeah, sure. I'll watch
Also,
some.
let us know why you ended up sticking around. I mean,
I don't think
certainly
they
not for us
did. I think we'd be
It's
hard
probably
pressed to
new
find
people
this.
all the time. It's like, oh, rupees, I need money.
And then it's Gore starting with "fuck you."
fuck you. What?
A Pepperoni in chat says they're gonna make a Godfall Bollywood movie. I hope.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Buddha fall.
All right, Dave, what'd you play?
We played Halo Wars.
We got like halfway through that.
Up.
That's fun.
Yeah, we got halfway through it. Played finished up Silent Hill this week. I played sure that's about it. Haven't had too much time for gaming, but yeah, that's what I played.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
Work.
Okay.
Gore, what'd you play?
All right. I played a lot more Hades. Again, back into it again. Really
Game of the year
fun. Maybe. We'll see.
Play your cards right.
No spoilers. No spoilers. I haven't played the best game of the year so far, which is Last of Us. The second one. So that's gonna win game of the year, obviously. Yeah,
I hope it's Hades.
Hades is great. I would be surprised if Hades won, honestly. More people are talking about Hades positively than the fucking our Last of Us. But Hades, it's great. Go play it, please. Don't give up on it too if you suck at it. Just keep going. And use the God mode thing. God mode thing just like it doesn't make you invincible or anything, but it gives you just a little buff just to make it a little bit easier. I tried it a little bit, and it's just like, and I turned it off. I was like, you turn it off whenever you want. It gives you a little bit of damage resistance, not even that much. But yeah, that game's great. I went back and technically I'm like at the last 10 minutes of this game, and I was gonna finish it earlier today, but I forgot. And that's Rise Son of Rome.
You're liking it.
Wanted to go back. Huh?
You're liking it more than you expected.
I mean, I already played it, but
I mean more than you thought you would now.
Yeah, I thought it'd be way outdated, and I guess when it came out, it was already outdated. So, but it's all right. It's fun. It pleases the monkey brain, my monkey brain. You know, I just want to hit things, and and then kill the same character model over and over again. And yeah,
There's rumors of another
it's
one.
Fun. It's short, huh?
There's rumors of another one.
No, I don't think we need that.
Apparently, Crytek, some of their internal documents got leaked. They have a Crysis 2 and 3 remastered planned. They
should get Crysis 1 remaster to work.
Yeah,
first.
A Crysis Battle Royale, and then a Rise. What's the other one? Well, there's Rise. They had Rise 2, and then what's their other game that they had? Whatever other game they made.
Oh, what other games they made?
They made some other game right around then, and they're got a sequel for that.
They were making Homefront 2, but then they had
not Homefront. It was something else. But yeah, so that Rise 2 is one of their games they're trying to get a sequel to going.
Hunt Showdown?
No, it was one word, I think.
Hunt? Did it just say Hunt? The Climb?
Oh look.
Warface? Far Cry? They did the original. They can't do that though. Ubisoft owns them now. That's it. That's all the series. The collectibles.
Far.
You sure it wasn't Hunt? Because Hunt's really
I
popular.
might have been imagining this other one. Let's see.
Imagine it. Crisis 4. That would make more sense to me than Hunt 2. Hunt 2. I mean, Hunt 1 just came out last year. They should
Remastering it.
They should probably just stop fucking doing remasters and make a fourth game.
Robinson 2.
Oh, that's a VR game. That's the one I decided not to say because I thought that wouldn't happen.
Robinson 2 and
that's the one. That's one of the games you can't play on PS5.
So Robinson 2.
That might be why.
Hunt Mobile, and Crisis VR as well.
Do you think that's why Robinson is not on?
I don't understand
PS5 because Crytek said no because we were going to make a new one.
We're going to talk about that. Let me put that in the docket. We'll talk about that coming up here because we did kind of get a little bit of insight as to why some games won't work. If you guys saw with the PT thing, we'll talk about that though.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Anyway.
Put it as the PT thing.
Did you hear about it?
I saw an article. I didn't read it.
We'll talk about that.
I was going to, but then I didn't. So that's what happened.
Play anything else?
Yeah, I played No More Heroes. I bought No More Heroes 1 and 2 on Switch. I'm about an hour, about maybe an hour and a half in the first one. I already played the first one, but I felt like I need to play the first one again and then go back to the second one. Second one I never finished. But No More Heroes 1 aged pretty well. It's pretty fun. But it was a fun time. It looks really good. For $18 right now, I recommend both of them. No More Heroes 2, from what I remember, was great. I just never finished it. Play more Overwatch, did my placements.
How'd you do?
Fine. I swear I played something else. I guess not. Whatever. That's it.
All right. Also did my Overwatch placements. Got terribly destroyed in tank, but it's fine.
Well, of the 15 games you played for your placements, how many did you win?
No, I played 25 because I did the open queue as well.
Okay, but for your regular, because I didn't do the open queue. I was going to, but I was like, fuck it. For the regular competitive, though.
In each category?
No. How many times did you win? Just in the 15 you played. Do you know?
No, I don't remember.
It should tell you if you just go to your competitive.
I don't remember because I kept playing after that.
All right. Well, I looked and I won out of the 15 placement. Can you guess how many I won?
4.
No, lower.
2.
Higher.
3. All right.
I won 3. I won 1 in damage. And I won 2 in support, and I didn't win any in tank.
And then you said, all right, I'm done with this game.
The last 2 games I played of damage, by the way, it took me 15 minutes to get into a game. Both times. And the games ended up being extremely short because like people on my team left both games.
Ooh.
So one person left, even though we were winning pretty well. So I'm assuming that guy either connection error, but he never came back. So I was just like, all right. Usually they come back. But and we were doing well. We got it all the way to.
I hate when you do well and they leave and you're.
We're at the the midway section of the last part of King's Row.
Yeah.
Like when you're going around that bend, it was like right around that bend. They were like, we're doing well. We still had a couple minutes left, and then someone left, and we just got fucking destroyed after that. It was one of our tanks. So
it's the worst. They need to figure out. Like, I know I get why they won't figure out a way because you can just boost it where you can go with like a dummy account or something, or a friend doesn't care and they'll just like leave if it's bad, and you won't lose as much SR if they're gonna do that. But it's dumb. Yeah. No, I played the basics, and then what was it? I was like 1 game off of diamond with support, so I played 1 extra there, and then I played a bunch more tank, and I just kept sinking. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'll wait for next season. The thing is, you can't. The thing with placements that I've discovered, and I knew about this a while back, is, and I don't know why I don't really follow through with it. Don't ever play them at the beginning, and don't ever play them at the end. At the beginning, everyone's rushing because they want to get it done. Not thinking about it. At the end, everyone's also crunching, so people are on tilt at the end, like hard. So if you play them right in the middle, where everyone's kind of casually playing comp, it fares off a lot better.
If I ever remember to do that, though, is the thing. I never remember until it's too late.
And hey, it's good that you didn't play Open Queue. I love Open Queue actually. It's fun to kind of.
Open Queues. I played a couple games of Open Queue. I just didn't play enough to get placed.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of go back to what it was, and it's like, all right, well, if you're not doing good as tank, you can swap with someone else.
The 2 games, by the way, I played, everybody was damaged, which makes sense.
Yeah,
Not
we
everybody,
had
four people.
one of
Four
my.
people, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll be the healer.
I think I went like 8-2. I think in open queue. I think, and one of them it was. At one point we had 4 DPS. I put the mic on, 4 DPS. All right, and just put my mic back up.
Yeah.
But it's fun being able to like swap if you really need to. You're like, all right, this guy ain't doing shit on this role. Let me go hop in there. But yeah, no, I was to say it's a good thing you didn't do that because placement or open queue matches take about as long as DPS matches do. But I just been doing Doom parkour in the middle of everything now, so whatever.
I had one while I was playing one game last for probably the longest I've ever had a game last. It was like I think 32 minutes.
Yeah.
At least in recent memory. Most of them last around 20, 25, but that one just kept fucking going on. And of course it was like, I think it was like 5-6 at the end or something. We didn't win, but it was just like,
of course you don't win it, right?
I just wanted to fucking end. I almost had the most kills I've ever had in a game with that one. With I forgot who it was. I was with somebody that I don't play as that much. I think it was Arisa actually. Which I play Arisa now, but I had like 68 or some shit. And my most is like 70. I was like,
might as well keep it.
I
longer.
wouldn't have felt good about that one.
Man, that's crazy. You went crazy. You're 70 kills. Yeah, but that was like a 5-year game.
That was about 5 games worth, pretty much in one game. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so I got my questions down on the way. That's nice. I got my Ana gold gun, which is fine. What was it? I got a couple games on Switch that I'll mention. But one of them I played was Death and Taxes. Played a little bit of that. That was neat. Eraserhead's only $20 on Amazon right now. Criterion Collection. I need to buy that. Played more Disc Room. They had a They had a game breaking glitch in there, and so I been chilling. They updated it today, so that's good. Got Mr. Driller Drillland, so I've been playing a little bit of that. I booted up Smash again. I booted up Smash, and I was about to boot up Mario Sunshine. And I got into the menu. I'm like, I'm not feeling Sunshine now, so I'm gonna hold off on that. And then
not feeling the Sunshine.
No, I'm seeing how people are playing it, and Mario 64 is nice because it's nice and short. It's pretty concise. You can kind of get in a couple settings if you really want to. And the levels are so short you're in and out, but Sunshine's pretty in depth. And then I finished up Silent Hill 2. All right, David, what'd you get this week?
All right, so what I got this week here.
What did you get this week?
Yeah, the monthly happened. So I got Light Matter.
Oh, your monthly happened? I'm sorry.
Yeah. The Uncertain, The Last Quiet Day, Goat of Duty, The Suicide of Rachel Forrester.
Wait, hold on. Time out. All right. Go to Duty and then The Suicide of Rachel Forrester.
Yeah.
All right. What a weird bundle that is.
Was it? Hold up, really quick. Let me interrupt you really quick.
Yo.
This is totally off topic, but I just saw because Royce posted today. Isn't Blue Velvet a movie that's kind of based around Silent Hill 2 or something like that, or like it's got?
Blue Velvet is another
visually
David Cage film.
I was hearing there was some sort of inspiration.
Sorry, wait, time out. Did you just say David Cage?
Yeah, I don't know why I said David Cage.
You mean David Lynch?
Yes, David Lynch. Jesus Christ, me.
It has visuals that are kind of, but it's like a lot of it's like Jacob's Ladder, which I've talked about before.
Okay,
a lot of Jacob's Ladder imagery is in Silent Hill, especially with the twisting bodies and stuff. That's straight out of Jacob's Ladder.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, no, Blue Velvet, I could see. Yeah, I could see that.
How is Blue Velvet? I never seen
it. Blue Velvet has some fucked up imagery. It's fucked up.
Really
it's a David Lynch movie, so I mean.
Okay.
It's fucked up. It's not a Eraserhead fucked up where it's just like everything's weird.
Is Eraserhead good? Do you think I would like Eraserhead?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you like, man. I don't know anything anymore. You like the dumbest shit and then some other shit that I'm like, wow, you actually like that.
Stuber.
Yeah, like Stuber. He likes Stuber. In Disaster Movie. I know you're a huge fan. But that should be on Criterion. How come that's not Criterion? I would buy. Hey, honestly, if they put Disaster Movie on Criterion, just for the lulls.
I was clearing out a.
That'd be the one Criterion Blu-ray I own.
I was clearing out. I think the only one I own right now
Yeah,
is the
Blue
following.
Velvet's a good one though.
No, I actually own a couple actually. I might grab.
I own a
I might
couple
grab
D-
that
I-
and
I-
Eraserhead.
I own a few DVDs, but I don't own any.
I was clearing out the wardrobe, like just throwing away or donating a bunch of old clothes, and I have one shirt that has a cat on it with Tommy Wiseau's head and says, "You're tearing me apart, meow." And I'm like, one day you're gonna get that. She's like, no. I'm like, we're gonna sit down and watch this too. She's like, I don't want to. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to sit down and watch this.
Not an option.
There's no option. Peace is never an option. All right, continue. Sorry, David, to interrupt.
It's all good. Iron Dagger, Sunless Seas, Tropico 6, and Fate Tactics.
Hell yeah. Is that it?
Yep.
All right, Gore, what'd you get?
All right. Well, I got a lot of stuff. Hold on. So, a lot of places are doing their Black Friday sales.
Take 3.
Their best Friday
Wait,
sale.
did you see any of the Target ones?
Yeah, nothing great.
Fuck.
A lot of it was stuff you already saw before. Like a
Sure.
Best Buy. So I guess if you want some of that stuff now, I didn't see anything that was amazing. Like Final Fantasy VII remake was $25, which is pretty good. But you already have it, so
I sold it.
nothing great. Anyway, yeah, you sold it, but you don't want it anymore as well.
Nah.
All right. So before I get to what I picked up for the Black Friday sales, let me show a couple of pre-orders that finally arrived.
And what do I know?
I got the Special Reserve Special Reserve Games game in the mail. Mother Russia Bleeds,
Ooh.
which is a really good.
Not on that one. I was pissed.
Yeah, you suck.
Look, it's David's haircut from Halloween.
Now, yeah, there you go. That's actually David in like 5 minutes if he interrupts me again. Going everything.
You up, nerd.
But this is really cool. I only paid $40 for this. It comes with the game. It comes with some extras in that box and stuff. But it also gives you a bunch of extra stuff. So you get like a PS4 case just to add to a collection. I don't know, just a little throw in. You get this little syringe pen thing, which is kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
And then you get this. I already knew this was a part of it, but I didn't know the other two things were a part of it. But you get this like nice little like print, this little art print thing
of the cover.
The front. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like made out of
nice.
Like, I don't know, something.
Like your cardstock or something.
Yeah, it's cool. They even threw in a couple of like of those things so you get hanging on the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I also got this beautiful Stardew Valley collector's edition.
I got the basic ass.
Yeah, you basic bitch. But
Basic
I got this
bitch version.
Yeah, which comes with that awesome. I'm gonna assemble it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it comes with that sweet ass display.
Diorama.
And this I actually ordered. Funny enough, I ordered this right before the pandemic hit. So I was like, I was expecting really funny. But
I thought you meant. Hold on, I forgot you said pre-order.
This is a pre-order.
Oh, I thought you meant you just ordered it.
I ordered this Black Friday sale before the pandemic hit. I ordered this back in I think February, and it took. I mean, before it got bad over here. And it took them way longer to send it to me because of that. But it is a signed picture of my boy Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah.
By the voice actor Phil Lamar. So I got that. And I'm gonna sign it.
Yeah, sign it.
Frame it. I'll sign it now. I'll sign over it. But
send it back to them. Be like, all right, now it's complete.
I got this was $5 at GameStop. Lemillion. That's a My Hero character. You don't know.
Hell yeah.
I picked this up because it was on sale, 25% off, and then I had that $5 coupon. So when I went to the GameStop, it was there. I got that Ratchet and Clank Funko Pop.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Looks good. They also had the Sweet Tooth truck, but they also have Brock and Sindri, but they weren't there. I think they might not be out yet, but they have the Brock and Sindri from God of War. And I want to get that. I thought it was supposed to be out already, but I didn't see it there, so I will get that in the future. Now let me get to all the Black Friday purchases. Actually, this technically is a Black Friday purchase, but I got the Kick-Ass Steelbook.
Hell yeah, Kick-Ass.
All right. Now let me get to Black Friday. Just real quick, I'll go through it quick. I got that Die Hard slipcover Blu-ray.
Hell yeah.
Ho ho ho. Got Bumblebee
Oh,
$8. I got that Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse Steelbook.
needs to be 4K, but I still like it.
I already had the 4K, so it's fine. I got a Quiet Place Mondo Steelbook, which would look really nice if that fucking slipcover didn't make it look all cloudy. I got that 1917 Steelbook. Got a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Steelbook. I still got more Steelbooks, but Full Metal Jacket. Parasite slipcover.
Yep.
Got that Joker with the slipcover.
Joker.
They gave me all with slipcovers, which made me happy. Knives Out.
I almost got that.
It's nice. I got this. I'm gonna sell the 4K. I already have Spider-Man Far From Home. So we'll just sell mine and make most of my money back. Jaws. Of course, gotta have Jaws.
Oh, yeah, we ranked them in the ranksters.
This one was I was there and I saw it and I was like, all right, let me get it. It's the Sonic the Hedgehog one.
It's a really fun movie, dude. I rewatched it like not that long ago.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little movie. But just I got Jaws, I got Knives Out, 1917.
It's a good little collection.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and then Sonic.
I feel like that makes you more excited for Black Friday because now it's just your movie time.
Yeah, man. And now it's game time. Because I got pretty much all my movies. The only ones I still want are like the DC animated movies.
Remind me when those are
going up. Yeah, when they go up, I'll let you know. Most likely in the next week or so. They just keep putting sales up randomly.
Yeah.
Like they just put up a couple more 4Ks yesterday. Like I missed the Star Trek one. I was like, fuck. The 2009 Star Trek 4K. Right. Anyway, that's it.
Let's see.
Actually, I had more, but I won't show it.
You want to?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't have it with me. I had too much, so I was just like, I'll show it next week.
All right. I grabbed this. I completed my collection. Well, I'm excited to display them eventually. It's that Iron Man helmet.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna figure out a nice display to put all the helmets on now. Let's see. All right, the only other non-game thing I have. Excited to grab this. It's the Nier strategy guide. I remember we talked about some of the stories in this, so I wanted to grab it.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Cool. I already showed off the Stardew Valley. My phone. Let's see. Oh, just getting.
Are you gonna play the 360 Nier before the Replicant remake?
I kind of want to. I'll see if I have time though.
Sure.
Let's see.
I mean, there's always games gone by.
There is.
I already got.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever. Movie wise, I got El Camino. Wanted to grab that.
Esposito.
I already showed that off last week. I don't know why that's in there. I don't know why that's in here. Okay. I just have a giant fucking stack I need to organize. Shout outs to Gore. He showed me this. I got my cover for Fire Emblem.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I can, I have that complete now.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. I got, is that a sticker? That is a sticker. Watch Dogs Legion. I got the PS4 copy. I actually just sold that to the game shop I frequent, so that way they can have some stuff to display for PS5. So I got the Xbox version. I got Dragon Guard 3. So just Dragon Guard 2, and I'm done with that whole series. Shout out to you guys. House of the Dead 2 and 3. The game shop has Dragon Guard 2 loose for like $35, but I don't want it loose. I don't want to seek down.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it is a pretty pricey game, though.
It is, but I don't want to seek down a case for that.
A
box for it. Yeah.
I was hanging around GameStop and I just happened to find a loose copy of Splinter Cell Blacklist, both discs.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I guess it's not a bad price, $5. So we talked about this, not on a podcast or anything. Me, Gore, and Kyle were just talking about it, so I grabbed it.
What is it? Oh, why?
Why not?
It's the lowest
rated Xbox game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I picked up this Lock's Quest.
Oh yeah, that was a good game on DS. I don't know why the fuck they ported it on Xbox.
I don't either, but it was $10, so why not? I grabbed this physical so I can complete my Halo collection, Halo Wars 2.
Oh yeah.
And then I got back from the game shop just a little while ago. I grabbed a couple goodies. So I grabbed...
Time Slayers? Nice.
Yeah, both those.
Mm-hmm. Good games.
Great condition, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Actually, all these are good conditions. And I got these guys. So
Soul Calibur 2.
I got all the Soul Caliburs. That way they look
Dude.
nice together.
You can play as Tekken Man,
Tekken
Spawn,
Man,
and
Comic Man,
Zelda,
and Fairy
and
Guy.
Zelda. And Zelda.
So that's actually a good question. So how do you divide up your organizations for your games?
There's no rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or
There's
reason.
no rhyme or reason?
No, Switch is up there. Xbox One goes about halfway, and then PS5 or 4 goes halfway, and then halfway there. Got 3DS, got DS. Below is 360, 360. Actually, no, GameCube's right there. And then Wii, and then there's some PlayStation stuff on that side. There's no rhyme or reason. Eventually, because I'm gonna move probably in like another 3 months maybe, and that's when I'll have a nicer setup and actually organize things as I want to.
I try to keep it by console gen family, but space demands certain things go certain places.
Fair. Digitally, what else did I grab? I grabbed Felix the Reaper. I think I grabbed some Xbox game recently too, and then part-time UFO. All right, trivia.
Oh,
we're doing something a little different this week.
Oh boy.
Now, let's see. David is the only one that could potentially get a point this week.
What?
How?
Because I need to do something quick again because I've just been busy. So we're gonna do this. Gore, you're gonna pick 3 not obscure consoles. Just pick 3 consoles. David has to tell me the release date. You get a 5-day window.
But what the fuck? How do I win a point if he doesn't get it?
If he doesn't get any single one right.
I'm not gonna get
If he
any
gets
single
one right.
If he gets,
Well,
he can have the potential to get. He's not gonna get them. Let's just be real. So he has the potential to get 3 points here. If he misses them all, you get a point then, Gore.
All right.
Well, this is a free point for Gore. All right.
You have a 5-day buffer.
I won't.
I'm not gonna guess any fucking dates.
All right. I won't even go crazy. All right.
Let's go.
The Amiga.
So he has to get it in the. Yeah. All right. So explain what he has to do again.
Okay, you're gonna tell me a console.
I know that.
He's gonna have to get the date.
How far does he have to be off?
We'll give him a week. We'll give him a 7-day.
A week?
Jesus Christ! I'd be lucky to get the month
you act
right.
like that's generous. He has to be exactly right by a week.
Do you want to give him a month?
Sure, a month.
All right, a month.
If he gets any of these right,
he gets points for each of them.
Year and off a month, then he'll get a point. All right.
Yeah. So David has the potential for 3 points. David has potential for 3 points here. If he misses them all, Gore just gets the point in general. But now, and I thought I was being generous, but fine. All right, we get a month. You get a month buffer.
No, if we're doing this, then let's alter it so that way for each one I miss, Gore gets a point. For each one I get right, I get a point.
Oh man, I get 3 points.
No, because
he might get it. I'm gonna go easy.
No, I think we're gonna do it this way. You gotta get him.
How about we see how many he gets right, and then we'll figure out the points after.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go easy for the first one. Just the original PlayStation.
Fuck.
Come on, man. I was gonna say Dreamcast, but I know you definitely know that, so I'm not doing that.
Do you know Dreamcast?
He said it last time when we fucking talked.
Yeah, Dreamcast was $9,999.
$9.99. It's very easy to remember. But
Yeah,
that wasn't the one. I wasn't gonna use that. So. Do you know the year? Start there first. What happens if he gets the month right but the year wrong?
Up to you.
November '94.
I didn't. Should I have been looking these up? Because
I no. What's the date?
Wait. What's the first ever release date too? If it can count.
But what's the release?
Any release date can count.
You got to give me
any release date.
You got to give me an actual on the dot date.
No, because we're doing it by the month. So who gives a fuck about the week and day?
Because if you say I don't know, the 15th and it's the 16th of the next month, then that doesn't count.
Okay.
All that matters is the month. I'm just go shooting for the month.
So it's got to be in November that whole month is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
'Cause I was
that's
gonna
what
give you
I'm
I was gonna
saying.
give you a
That's fine.
buffer of the either way, but if you're just doing
No,
November,
I don't give a fuck. I just want the month. I'm never. We're going just for the month. Simplifying
Okay.
this shit.
All right. So you
All
said
right.
November 1994.
November '94.
Okay.
no, by his rules, he just said he doesn't get that. I tried to give him the
Yeah.
fucking point just now, but all right.
No,
Yeah.
fuck it. We're simplifying this
Yeah.
shit. Let's go.
No,
It's not
well, because
simple-
it came out in Japan December 1994.
And I was gonna say, if David literally said any day above fucking 3, he would have had the point.
Yeah.
So I was trying to fucking say.
We're giving you a month, and that's a month in a couple days. So sadly, that is not.
I tried to give him the point.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine. All right.
Next
All right,
console.
let me think another one because you just threw this on me and I have to think of one. You know what? I'm gonna go easy again. No, that's gonna be.
You got to give me an actual number date, and this is making it easier. It's not simplifying anything.
All right, then I'll give him this one, and he has to get the number right too, because this is really easy. It should be at least the PS5. Can he?
Yeah. Hey, close your eyes. Close your eyes. I'll fucking believe you. Close your eyes, David. Close your eyes. Cover your eyes.
What's the PS5 release?
What's the release date?
In a week?
Oh no, what's the date? Like, what's the
you
actual
gotta
number
give
date?
The exact date for this one.
Man.
I can't throw you a bone on this one, guy. I am throwing you a bone even asking you the PS5 release. Don't look.
11.
Yeah, so far you're right. Looks like he's about to scoop his own eyes out.
Yeah, I know. It's some creepy shit.
11.
11.
14?
That is.
You're a
is
dumb
that your
piece of
final
shit.
answer? Yeah, that's incorrect.
All right, now the
12.
Xbox Series X.
No. My last one was going to be. We just talked about this. If you get this one, you get a point. At least we'll go back to the old rules. If you get one of them right, you get a point. We'll go back to the old one we talked about like last week. I think on Ranksters or something. We talked about this recently. The Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
Yeah, tell me the
Ranksters
exact
never
date.
went up.
Whoops.
I don't know.
I thought you were still working on it because you had to edit it.
No,
so,
I'll put that up tonight probably too, or maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you edit
I forgot.
it. Gotta remind you.
Yeah, I gotta go listen to it. All right. Sorry, what was the question?
It was during the Xbox One. Session,
Yeah.
by the way.
And
Make it easy.
what would you ask him?
I asked him Nintendo Switch release date.
One of the
I know it.
one of the one systems you bought at launch, David.
He has to tell me the exact date too. I'm giving him 3 easy ones. I feel the PlayStation.
March 3rd, 17.
All right, he got that
All
one.
right.
All right, there you go. You get a point. We literally just talked about that one not even a week ago. So
Yeah, you said that as if I remember dates. I don't remember dates.
You don't even
You remember that one?
Here's the thing, David.
you remember that one?
All you need to do is count up for the second one.
If you're close, I would give.
All right, I'll give you that point, David. Obviously.
All right, he gets 1 point. I get 2 points. No, I'm just kidding. That's fair.
No, that's
not-
fair.
No. Just give him a point.
Especially when I literally tried to like give you the actual point at the beginning, and you just refused it.
I like you said obscure consoles. I say Switch, PlayStation 1, and fucking PS5. And he only gets one of the right.
All right, that leaves our points at Gore at 17 points, David at 9, and Samuel at 1.
Oh, yeah.
Sam's still in there.
He's catching
Somewhere.
up. All right, news, and then
I wish we gave both Neo and Blake questions so they could be on the board too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could just be the total guess.
1, 1,
board.
1, and then 9 and whatever.
9, 9, 9.
9, 9, 1, 1, 1. That's
All right.
a shitty ripoff.
All right, first story up, and this one's not really a story. I just kind of want to address kind of the thing that we got going on. So Phasmophobia is the devs are changing the roadmap because that game just blew up. It's kind of
it's the game that blew up last month. There's a
yeah.
game that blows up
That's what I was-
August. There's a game that
Fall
blew up
Guys?
on September.
Among
September
Us.
was Among Us, and then October was Phantasmophobia, whatever it was. And then what's going to be in November? What do you think? I'm already guessing it's going to
Rise, Son of Rome.
Rise, bro, it's big. I don't know. I can't even think of I don't know what little game is coming out this month, but there's gonna be something.
It's gonna be some. No, it's gonna be some obscure multiplayer video game that's been out for a couple
Yeah,
years.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be something small we don't even know about.
It's already
She'll
been out
look
for a
and
while
see what
too.
games- Oh yeah, that's been well, Phantasmophobia or whatever it's called.
Phasmophobia. That was
Whatever.
out for a little while.
Was it?
Yeah, it's like February.
Not
I
as
think.
long as Among Us, though.
No. I mostly just brought that up because I wanted to address literally that exact point where it's kind of funny saying there is an actual flavor of the month game right now, and it's kind of
Yeah.
cool that it's. I mean, Fall Guys aside,
Among
just
Us is
because
so
that was a PS Plus game, Among Us and Phasmophobia being like made by a couple people, and just these random
Right.
people are like, "Hey, we bought this game," and then they're just like, "Oh shit, we're rich."
Oh, I know what it's gonna be.
What?
Right after the PS5 comes out, Bug Snacks will have a battle royale, and that's gonna take the fuck off. Where you can play as all your little Bug Snacks. You
Hell
can
yeah.
be the carrot worm thing.
Hell yeah.
Did you watch the trailer?
No.
You should have. Great.
But I think that's pretty cool. I like that like
Oh, Call of Duty. That's the next small one. That's gonna get big.
flavor of the month. It probably will be a
That's
flavor of
gonna
the
be a
month.
flavor of the month.
Yeah, after the week of installing it with its fucking install size.
There is one game out right now that I think David would at least kind of like. There's a new like Tetris 99 style game, but it's a shoot 'em up. It's called Star 99. I think it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called that.
Interesting.
Is David gonna be
And,
good at a battle royale now?
But I'm sure that's not going to be big. I don't see how that works too, because I don't think anybody knows that game exists. So I wonder how many people are playing it.
98.
I'm assuming there's 99 other players playing it if it's called Star 99. So you should look it up.
But yeah,
No, actually.
just want to bring that up. Next story. Speaking about success, Avengers flopped.
You know, here's the thing that fucking boggles my mind. So they lost 63 million on this and only sold 3 million copies. How many were they actually expecting to fucking sell in order to make an actual
Well,
profit
here's
on
the thing.
this
Remember,
game?
this is Square Enix who
5
wanted
million. I bet it was 5 million. I bet it was 5 million.
Remember that they wanted, what was it? Square didn't they want like Tomb Raider to sell 7 million or something before? Wasn't that the
Yeah.
I think it was.
They were disappointed
They
that
wanted
it
Rise of the
sold
Tomb
3.
Raider. They wanted Tomb Raider 1 to sell like
some
6 million or
obscene amount of million?
and then of course, as you do, you then make it so that when your sequel comes out, it's only on one console.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But you know, the weakest of the consoles, the two consoles that are leading right now. So
No, so this goes for a few different things. I think reception was always rocky. Like no one was ever wowed by it. You know, it took until like even the last couple of war tables where people actually even like the ones that were excited to get excited. Bad taste in the mouth. I still feel about the Spider-Man issue. That's still such a.
I wonder if it's even going to matter in a few months.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
And that's why. And I was still upset about it even at launch. Played about a couple hours and I'm like, oh, I don't care anymore. I genuinely, I sold the game. Like,
That's how I felt with the beta. Honestly, I played the beta, and you can watch me play it. And I'm just like, towards the end when you have to hit the 48th fucking robot in 10 minutes, the Hulk. I'm like,
and even though Hulk is the
I'm
Hulk,
kinda
and he's not just destroying everything like he should.
yeah, he's getting punched by a little fucking robot smaller than me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Little baby.
And I like the story of it, but I just
I like the beginning. The beginning was really charming.
I dreaded playing the game. I just did not want to play the game.
That's the kind of game you play while you have somebody there and you're watching,
and you're just talking shit about life.
Yeah, or you're watching a video with your friend. So you're kind of like just doing this, watching something on a computer while you're playing the game on the TV. You're like,
it's a podcast game.
And it's still when that guy ate that dick or whatever,
and it's still not even that good of a podcast game. Like I just
not even a podcast game. You have to have two other distractions.
I know. I
play Avengers.
I just did not look forward to ever playing that game. I was like, every time I booted up, got to the menu, which took forever to load already, and I'm like, I'm good. I
got when what's her name meets up with everybody.
Kamala meets
up. She solves the most genius password ever that Tony Stark came up with.
Oh yeah. No, I got a little bit past that where I just got Black Widow, and then afterwards I'm like, I don't really care. I'm good. It sucks because I love Kamala Khan. I love Ms. Marvel. She's my favorite MCU character. Not even MCU, but future MCU character. Marvel character.
Well, you don't know. Maybe they'll fuck it up in the future.
Yeah, but
she's annoying.
It sucks. And I genuinely think that at least, like, I felt like I might have pushed a little bit farther, but that bad taste in my mouth about Spider-Man of all characters, getting dropped, and then all their what was it like? They're supposed to have a character last month. They were supposed to have
Hawkeye.
It was the girl, Kate
Yeah, it was
Bishop.
supposed to be a Hawkeye story.
Kate
Though.
Bishop was supposed to come in
Yeah,
October.
Bishop, and it was gonna be a Bishop and Hawkeye story.
And that got delayed.
But Bishop was gonna be a part of the game.
They permanently cut the microtransactions price. It's a mess.
Now I'll buy them. They should permanently cut it to 0. Be a good idea.
It's
they
a
should
mess.
permanently cut the price of the game to 0.
Yeah, I took a hit in the game. I could not get rid of it actually. I'm like, all right, whatever.
And now it's $30 from. Oh, that's one that's on sale at Target. That's right now $30 at Target.
About $35 too much.
Sure.
I don't know. I can see the game in about 2 years being like, oh, cool. Now it's got enough content for me to go through because now you can play as everyone or something. But
I don't know. At this point, if every game's gonna be like this, then I'm just like, I'll never play a service game ever. Because every game is like this now. Every game.
Yeah.
Destiny was like Destiny was like this. That fucking stupid fly game was Anthem was like this.
Anthem, yeah.
This is like this. Did you say Ant-Man?
No, Anthem.
I wish Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
What else was like this? I'm sure there's other things like this, right? There hasn't been other ones. Division was like this. What other service games are there? Any of them?
Rainbow Six
them.
Siege didn't.
Rainbow Six Siege was definitely like that originally.
Yeah, it wasn't received well. Now it's like super well received. But
Yeah,
the problem is,
No Man's Sky is not really a service game, but it kind of ended up being one.
But the problem is that one, there's only so much time that people can split. You know,
Right.
you like, as much as I really want, and we will play No Man's Sky obviously because that's gonna be a games gone by. I would love to play some other games and service games. Like I'm sure like Destiny 2 I would love right now. I'm sure I hear Ghost of Tsushima is actually really good. Like people are saying that's like the best looter game right now, actually, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
And when people are saying that's the one that did right, but that's because they don't really need to.
Right.
There's other games, Division 2 I would have loved to play. Sorry?
No, I was just saying they might be saying that just because it's not a shooter.
And apparently it's because it's not as like, oh, we have to keep Ghost of Tsushima living forever. That apparently everything is just like fast. Like you're getting so much loot so fast that it's pretty good.
Sounds good to me.
Division 2 I want to play, but it's like I don't want to. First off, I don't want to organize everyone to invest all this new time into something that's ongoing and growing. When I'm like perfectly content playing the single player games I am, and then playing Overwatch or something else in the middle too, because I'm a
little worried about like even Red Dead Redemption 2, but that's why I'm like worried about like the future of just multiplayer in general. Like,
everyone is changed. Everyone's like I don't fucking Destiny did it.
Like is Blizzard gonna do the same thing in the future? I mean, I guess it is a service game, kinda, but like, is it gonna end up being like so many microtransactions and like so limited in the future? Well, not just Overwatch. I'm talking about like other games too. Like,
with
is
Diablo
4 in it?
Yeah.
Is Diablo 4 gonna end up being fucking? Yeah, I know you don't really care right now, but
it's interesting, and I don't know, like it's that weird thing where there's always that flavor where it's like everyone was shoving battle royale and everything, and like the problem
rather that than
sure because that's a game mode, right?
That's a game mode, and it's like it's cut off completely. Where a service game is the game. That's the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The issue with even that though is that it requires 100% commitment for multiple games.
Oh, Fallout 76 is another one.
Yeah, there you go. Developers are like assuming, all right, we're gonna get everyone to play this right now. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta prove it, and that shows with every single one of these games has to prove their worth. They have to improve because the thing is, no developers ever come out the gate swinging with the games as a service. It took them months, if not years, to get where they want to be. Where the community is like, all right, cool, we're digging this now. Even like Fallout, even though Fallout 76 up here is good, and I kind of want to like go back to it, it's still not quite to where it's at.
And I don't really want to play that game because like I'm so sick of like survival ones. Like even in No Man's Sky, I'm just like, all right, I gotta get the fucking oxygen.
Here's the thing too: is my
this
biggest issue with a lot of these games as a service games is I'd rather just go to a more traditional MMO. Just give me a game that's designed from the ground up to already be like, hey, we're engineering this with already hundreds of hours of content built right into it. We're gonna have expansions probably every 2 years, maybe every 3 years.
That's games that are already established though. The problem with these games as a service is that they're always so new and they're always making them just now that they don't have. Like none of these games have
Well,
a
that's what I'm saying,
good
is even if
end
they made a
game.
newer, even if there was a new MMO that came out, that's still a style that I feel is better, more vetted, and that's why I've never liked the concept of the whole game as a service concept.
Was Final Fantasy 14 like good to go end
No, it
game
was fucked up
content?
when it, no. Final Fantasy
At
14 was
launch,
fucked up
no.
when
At
it
launch,
came
no,
out. It's fucked up. They had to
They
remake
had
that
to
game.
make the game
It's-
free at launch
that's why.
because they
That's
realized
why.
how bad they fucked up, and then they
That's
rebuilt it.
yeah. That's why the newer version is called A Realm Reborn because they had to remake the fucking game because
So
it was so bad.
there's no MMO I think that either start
Well, the
with
Warcraft,
Jesus, that's digging way out there.
Guild Wars 2 also I heard is
EverQuest.
But these are
Yeah,
all
I mean,
those are all established
the
though.
all the early MMOs.
Sure, but
Well,
like
even
stuff
Guild Wars
like
1 I heard was great.
but like stuff like WildStar. Remember WildStar? That came out and everyone thought
yeah,
that was
WildStar
super
I heard
fun.
was really good.
But
It
it
was
just
really
didn't
good.
it
I
didn't
played a
have
little bit.
anything. It didn't have anything to go off at the end. The problem with all these
Yeah,
games is that they want to. It's hard. It's a weird chicken and the egg thing, right? Is that do they invest all this resources in end game content before even getting there, or do you let the game get there, but then you have the people that are diehards go through it and finish it and they're like, all right, cool, am I done? All right, I guess I'm gonna move on. You got to come in this game like if we start Destiny 2 right now, that game has so much shit. You know, it has like all this stuff ready to go, but if we started at launch, I know at launch that was the end game content stuff was an issue too. It's just that's just kind of nature of any game that lives is that there's not a lot of end game content, and that's the issue. And it sucks with Avengers because that game would have been a fantastic four player co-op game, just straight up just campaign game.
Would have been fun.
Yep, would have been
Yeah.
that. And that's what I thought going into it, but it's like no, we want to make this some weird like looter
Live service
game, which is I mean it's funny because every time I see even though
Oh
I know
boy,
that's-
I could put new arms on Hulk.
it
Like,
sucks
what the fuck?
because when I look at even Godfall, I'm like I know it's not, but I'm getting vibes of just like
Godfall looks better.
more looter stuff. And I
You
ironically,
you
you're
get
not
a big
wrong.
sword in Godfall.
You're not
though.
wrong right now.
It looks better. It looks better.
The
You know what? Honestly, the lore of Godfall looks more interesting too.
the return
The
the return of how that came around, the marketing is a lot better than what Avengers did at all.
well, they should have started off with that stuff. I don't know why they didn't start off and then like kind of have weaker marketing later. It's just like, all right, well, I saw good trailers before. I know it looks kind of fun.
I hope there's cross save, and then when it comes on Xbox, I can just like hop over to Xbox.
Oh yeah, so you can play with all the Xbox fans. So you can have your little Xbox parties. And I'm not buying that fucking game again. Are you high?
Until you put 100 hours in, I'm number one Godfall fan.
Yeah. That game's not gonna have over even
Fast
close to
fast
100 hours of
forward to
content.
1
He
year.
won't do that because he won't admit I was right all along for wanting to enjoy that game.
You never said anything.
Are you getting it?
Wait. First of all, yeah, are you getting it?
Me and eventually once I get
Fuck
a PS5.
off.
Fuck you. I'm getting it. I was the first one of any of us that said I was gonna
You
get
get
it.
everything.
And then yeah, that's true. But then
Uh,
Kyle fucking wormed his way
and
in.
I'm only doing it just because
now
it's a buy.
Adrian's getting
I'm
it.
only because it's a buy two get one. That's literally the only reason why.
yeah,
It's
sure.
the only
whatever you
reason
wanna
why.
say. Yeah, I doubt
I
it.
fast forward 1 year from now on the podcast for that Red Arrows 2 poster replaced with a Godfall signed poster.
Yeah, signed by the cast of Godfall. Oh man, I don't even know who would be in it. Who would be in it?
I don't know.
I bet hey, you know what? Here's a bet. I bet there's like one voice actor in Godfall that is recognizable, and then everybody else is like, "Who the fuck are you?" I bet the guy that voices Claptrap is in it somewhere.
somewhere.
Probably.
All right. Last story. It's kind of like not really a story. We're just gonna talk about in general the Xbox Series, S, X, and the PS5 reviews, impressions, the games that are coming out. We got a lot of that news. This time next week, it's gonna be next gen, baby. Gonna have a lot of stuff to do. I'm imagining. So me and Gore are getting the PS5 day one. I got the Xbox Series X coming day one. I imagine Gore will have an unboxing that day too.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably do like a whole stream thing that day.
Yeah. So
before the podcast.
yeah. So we'll have that. Well,
because you can stream straight to YouTube with a PS5, which I wish you could do with Xbox, but fucking nope.
Unfortunate. But yeah, we'll be doing a lot of talk next week about just impressions on next gen.
I'm gonna play everything. I'm gonna beat everything day one.
You could be Miles Morales in day one.
Miles
I told
Morales.
you that game was not gonna be fucking 12 hours. No way.
It probably will be 12 hours if you take time. I've heard reviews say it's over 10 hours too. So I don't know. It really matters on how long you take.
But I will say that I'm happy that the one thing I have read, and I know Gore's covered that one review too, was it's a lot more streamlined because there's a lot less fat in Miles Morales. It's a lot
that's
more.
weird. I just watched the gameplay recently. It looked like there was side missions that you do. So
Hopefully they're not bad.
Weird. I'm assuming they're side missions, but it's like all like I bet this is how the game works. I bet you do side missions until your next main mission. Isn't that kind of how the PS4 game kind of worked anyway? You had to do like wait until like Mary Jane will call me, let me go do side shit.
Yeah, I better go take care of some stuff while I'm doing.
Oh, let me wait until asshole Mary Jane calls me so she could do a shitty stealth segment. Fucking
really quick.
Shitty. I hope there's no stealth segments. That fat friend of his, he better not have a stealth segment. I swear to fucking God. Fuck you. I don't give a shit if it's ray traced. I don't care. I don't want to play him.
All right, let me go back to what I mentioned earlier on the podcast before we get to like all the news and stuff. So the news is PT is not compatible with PS5.
Yep.
It was compatible with PS5 as of 2 weeks ago. It was compatible. People at Polygon played it on PS5. Konami then went in and disabled that.
Oops.
So that brings in mind as to maybe why some of these games are not compatible with PS5. Maybe that's
because the studios don't want you to.
Yeah.
Because the studios don't want you to.
Yeah, that's what
I'm thinking. Like Shadow Complex remastered, there must be a new version of Shadow Complex or something, or they're gonna make a PS5 version that they want.
Maybe because there's other stuff that
Robinson maybe.
So you can't bring over Fortnite from the PS4 to PS5. You have to play the PS5 version of Fortnite. So that makes sense that
right, I get you.
That you have to do
when
that.
you download on PS5, you're not downloading the PS4 version.
No,
not like it fucking matters anyway.
So no, I watched Greg Miller do. He was live. He was trying to live to not live on a video, but on the video he was trying to like transfer over PT. He was scrolling through and some of the games just didn't work. A lot of the apps didn't work, obviously, like Netflix stuff. But like Fortnite was grayed out, but that's because I imagine it forces you to download the PS5 version.
Yeah, it might as well.
So that's imagine what that's going to go through.
You just have to sign in anyway because you could play that game anywhere, and if you sign in, you get all your shit.
Sure.
Which I wish Overwatch fucking did.
Yeah.
Anyway, good.
Especially because not all the skins are available ever. Like some of them just go away.
Yeah, exactly. I want to play on PS5 now just to see how it looks. I have to start over. I have a PS5 copy, so I could if I want. A PS4 copy, you know.
PS5 copy.
I would be exclusive just to me.
Overwatch 2's confirmed BlizzCon though, so I imagine we'll get a beta in
next
February.
Year. Yeah, next year. It was supposed to start like I think this weekend, right?
It's supposed to be out this year.
Well, no, I'm talking about BlizzCon. BlizzCon, I think, is usually in the beginning of November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, it might have been like next week. I mean, yeah.
No, it was last week.
It would have been
because it was a anniversary on when Overwatch 2 was announced.
Oh, okay, so October.
So I imagine the fact like Robinson or Shadow Complex not doing that, maybe that's a reason why.
The other games are so like little that maybe the developers were just like
they're dead.
They're dead. They call them. Like, yeah, who's the guy? Is this the guy that made Joe's Diner? He passed away.
I'm sorry. That was a grim joke.
Yeah. You started it. I just elaborated.
No, but
the guy that made Joe's Diner's not dead.
I will get him on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
We'll fucking conduct a seance. Let's go.
It'll be what was that called?
Like the host.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll be like host. On Shudder, watch now.
So that's unfortunate that my PS4 is going to be a $300 PT machine now, but hey.
Yeah, a Joe's Diner machine.
A Joe's Diner and PT machine.
I have Joe's Diner. I need to play it now before I unhook my PlayStation forever.
Oh, it's interesting how PT's going. It's just funny they're trying to dig that they're trying to dig that body so hard.
I just don't understand it. I just don't understand. Like if they said, "Yo, PT's back today," they would
$5.
Even if they said $5, yeah,
no one would care.
Like,
well, people would care because someone's gonna bitch. But
yeah, I'd be like, it was free. What the fuck? But like, if as its own
add
game,
trophies. Fuck it, $5. Yeah. Add trophies.
add and make it a PS5 version too. Maybe that's why it's not coming to PS5. Maybe they're doing a PS5.
No, they just want to piss on Kojima as much as they can.
Dude, imagine how good that game would look if it was on PS5.
Yeah, so I think Polygon messaged Sony saying, "Hey, what's up with this? PT's not working."
Dude,
And
the fuck, bro.
Sony responded back, "Oh, as a developer, as a publisher, it's not us."
That's what I assumed. It has to be like the publishers not
Yeah.
wanting to do it because it was so random. It was like I'm assuming some of the like what was it like just bet on it or something like that. There was a game called like
It
Just
was
Bet
the
On It or
weirdest
something
list, and I couldn't understand.
Yeah, it was so
I couldn't
strange.
understand why. Like if it was
Robinson
all,
the Journey, it was like, what? Really? That Crytek game? I was like,
yeah, if
And
it was like,
Hitman Go weirdly too.
yeah, if it was like
Yeah.
all like just shovelware, it's like okay, I guess that makes sense. That just for whatever reason they just don't move forward. But like games under publishers that are notable, it's like, ugh.
yeah, like Epic Games still. I think Epic Games still published Shadow Complex
Yeah.
Remaster, right? Or did they not? They
Yeah.
might have not actually.
No, they did.
They did. All right.
So we do have impressions on both consoles. The most apt one I heard for the Xbox Series was it's like a good music festival with no headliners.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what I
There's
figured.
good music all around. I mean, if you go to any stage, you have a good time, but there's no headliner where you're like, oh, I'm going there for fucking. I don't know.
So it's the PS4.
Essentially.
When it first launched,
But at least my concept of it is that I'm so happy with my Xbox One X. Give me something like that just performs even better. I'm fine. That's why I'm happy where I'm at, where I'll get that.
See, here's the thing: is like this is actually the first console gen where I'm actually really more looking forward to this Xbox than I am the PlayStation. I've been ride or die PlayStation since the PS1, and I haven't really cared about Xbox even up to this point. But between Game Pass and Series X, man, I'm just that's right, Xbox.
Yeah, thanks. 90 seconds later.
Yeah. Xbox.
But,
you know what? The most Christ-like system. You know why? Because I do this.
X's gonna give it to you, you know.
Crazy.
But no, seriously, I mean, it's
Godfall.
honestly one of the best fucking deals right now in gaming.
It is.
PlayStation still isn't doing anything to really back the PlayStation Now, which is what they really need to invest in. But I get the Series X, and then with my Game Pass that I'm already going to be paying for anyways, I'm just going to have so many games. In fact, that they are swearing that anything that works on the Xbox One series going to the Series X. I hate their fucking name conventions.
There's no series. That going from the Xbox One
the Xbox One console family
to the
going
series.
to the Series X. Yeah,
To
the Series
Xbox
family.
Series X console family. Console family.
I fucking hate these.
So yeah, they confirmed they played every single Xbox game and it goes through except for Kinect games, which as as Gord and I were theorizing, it's if you could probably connect to the Xbox Series somehow, probably will work. It's probably just the fact that you can't use a Kinect on it.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll probably
which
start up
hopefully-
and say, "Whoa,
Fuck it, get this thing off me.
We can't find you." I'm like, yeah, you can't find me for good reason, my guy. I'm sure there will be third-party
And
somehow that they'll figure it out.
I think you also appreciate, David, that Xbox is treating the backward compatibility a lot better, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. It's one of those things that I do like that the whole what is compatible of the family is there. It's a lot closer to what I would like. PlayStation still doesn't give us legacy support at all beyond the PS4, which is kind of what I was hoping for. But
That is the legacy. That's the only PlayStation console besides the 5. 4 and 5, that's it. There's no other systems. Just
like
those
if they
two.
could at least give 3, if they could
That's
put
it.
They're
3
not
backwards
putting 3
compatibility
back about the fact that you said
Three would,
you
three, I
can't
could
say
see them doing.
really.
No. That's all I was gonna say. I was gonna say I could see them only doing it through like a PS Now or whatever.
Yeah, no.
Or which they've already kind of did. Before, which
It'll
is
never like
really
the fact you say I want at least that. No, that's gonna be the one. That's
At
the
least
furthest off that you'll never have that. They're never
was a
gonna
dream.
spend their money.
That was a dream of mine that would happen, but
They'll never
was
spend the
just a
money on getting those to work on.
but
Any
also
console.
we talk about the backwards compatibility being cool. Did you see what GameSpot put up?
No.
The speeds. That's what I was trying to hint at with
just
David.
the speed.
So
Which-
ironically
yeah.
enough, the majority of games being tested right now are loading faster on Xbox Series X than PS5.
And these are all big games too, like big
Interesting.
like Red Dead Redemption 2 a minute and 4 seconds on Series X. That usually takes like 3.5 minutes to load. On PS5,
Red Dead Redemption 2, yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS5, a minute and 5 seconds.
5 seconds. The whole 1 second shorter, baby. And I'm thinking when I saw that, I was like, they might have just like kind of like they might have like stuttered for a second while they're doing this. You never know. It might be the exact same. Maybe it was just having a bad day that second. The PS5. It could be the same amount. But when it comes to other games, like they tested Final Fantasy 15, and that was 48 seconds on Series X, and it's a minute and 10 on PS5. So that's a big difference. Destiny 2 is like 10, 15 seconds shorter. Hold on, let me get it. Monster Hunter World was 16 seconds shorter on Series X. Arkham Knight, which is about 10 seconds shorter.
I think I've only saw one instance of a game loading faster on PlayStation 5 than Xbox, and it was on some video that someone linked me to, but didn't tell me what game it was or what video it was. So I don't even know what it was.
Okay. I've been watching. I guess I could say I've been watching that Steve Viver. I think this was called.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Survivor, but with Steve. I don't know. That's a YouTube channel. But I didn't want to say it before because I thought maybe he was like posting them like too early, like because he was the only one posting like loading comparisons. Nobody else was doing it. Like this was like a week ago. I was watching those. I don't want to mention it just in case. But yeah, he did like Doom Eternal. He was comparing it to the Xbox One X. And it's like 20 seconds shorter. Like the loading times are going to be that's why if I got the Series X, I would test fucking everything. It would be a nightmare too because I would have to have the Xbox One X. I would install those games and then fucking go to the Series X, install those. But I would test so many shitty games nobody would give a fuck about.
Because someone will.
Duck Dynasty. I'll do it.
See
how quick it is.
So a lot of people are getting their consoles early. My friend actually.
Yeah.
My friend from Lubbock. She just posted a Snapchat saying it got here early. I'm like, the fuck?
I guess it makes sense. I mean, there's nothing really to spoil about that now. Everybody's talking about it, and also
there's no games on it. So whatever.
Game.
I know some people are getting their PlayStation 5s early too, which is weird.
Well, that one's a little weird. I wonder, do they get access to like Fortnite and stuff? I'm assuming that doesn't go up until the day of, right?
I'm not sure. Because I know the Xbox, Xbox is pretty much the same thing. You're getting the same UI. Yeah, so it's that threw me off. I thought the PlayStation 5 was like touted like faster speed. I thought like 100%. I was like, all right.
I mean, the Xbox faster than PS4.
Yeah, but the Xbox is graphical. The PlayStation is speed. But I guess we'll see.
I wonder how much shorter like God of War will be. Did anybody do a comparison? I want to see comparisons of PS4 to PS5 games.
So apparently,
I think that's where they were really trying to tout it, is going from PS4 to PS5. Yeah, at least a lot of the press material I remember, that's where they were making their comparisons.
By the way, what's up, Rocket?
Hell yeah,
what's up, man?
DTV Rocket.
So I'm sure it's first party, but apparently a lot of the patches haven't gone through too. And Sony being Sony, I'm not sure if they'll patch every single one of their first party games. Microsoft, I imagine they just like messing around with their old shit, so we'll probably get.
But PS5 doesn't have that auto HDR, right?
I don't know.
Okay, I was wondering.
But
it just makes any game HDR, which is kind of cool. Like I saw Alan Wake in HDR, I was like, that's kind of cool. I mean, I can't tell the difference obviously right now, but
sure.
Cool, you can play Alan Wake in HDR. I was like,
controller's been getting good reviews. The only issue is that depending on the severity of the features being used, that controller battery life can die in 2 hours or it can die in 10, depending on what you're doing.
So, like, I'm assuming with Playroom, it's probably
Astro's Playroom is 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I heard the game itself is pretty short too, so maybe you can get through the entire game before it dies.
Sure. Miles Morales is about 5.5 hours.
Yeah, that's about as long as my PS4 controller lasts. So
I hate it.
Yeah, but this is another reason why I hate them shoving more shit into controllers. Just give me.
Oh, I love it.
DualShock 2.
DualSense looks awesome.
Just that's all I want. Just
the
DualShock 2 again.
It looks cool, but it
make it a lot of fucking battery life.
I
knew that was gonna be like the highest. Hey, you said that it was getting good marks, but every review I read, they talk about that controller and how fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, because
especially with the Spider-Man reviews and the Astrobot or whatever the fuck it's called.
I'm sure it's gonna be cool.
Every one of them mentioned that the controller is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I knew that controller would be amazing. I said it.
I'm sure it'll be cool. I just don't.
Like I'm smoking crack.
I just don't see the anymore. I just don't see the I don't know. I don't know if like in a year from now I'm gonna be like loving these triggers as much as like, oh, it's cool and it's fancy right now, but I'm like in a year I'm not gonna
If
like.
developers do cool things with it, then yeah. Like when Deathloop comes out and you
Yeah,
want to
but
pull
first
that
party
gun,
game's cool, but I mean like I still I don't give a fuck about a touchpad. Touchpad can go fucking go away forever. I don't care.
well, they barely even advertised the touchpad this time. Like
I
for a little
guess.
while, even though there was a touchpad on this new controller.
Form factor looks fantastic of the DualSense, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I heard it's great too. It feels good.
The Miles Morales is reviewing really well. We mentioned that.
Yeah, way
Uh,
better than I thought it would.
Astro Playroom's reviewing very well.
Very well. Like 83 or for a
80,
fucking
82 or
built-in
83, I think.
pre-installed
Somewhere.
game. I mean, I knew it was Astrobot guys, but still, Astro's Playroom, just a little fun game.
The Xbox, like I said, everyone's like talking really highly of the console, just that there's nothing to show off on it for it. And yeah, you could definitely tell Halo's lacking here. Like, Halo was supposed to be the temple, but for better or worse, it's probably best they shove that away, because even if that game came out, people probably wouldn't have thought like, oh, this is the best thing the Xbox can do. Oh, why is this not like the best?
Well, don't worry, they're gonna say that anyway when it comes out, and all you can play is Dirt 5. So, and what else?
Yeah,
Bright Memory demo.
yeah, Medium got delayed to
Bright
January,
Memory
so we're not gonna have that.
demo. Yeah, the medium got delayed.
That's like they just show up that date too.
It
Yeah.
sucks. Life sucks. Maybe they'll make an Xbox One version.
Nope.
Even though if you still go in the store, I checked earlier today. If you go in the store, it still says it's Xbox
If you try
One
to click
and
buy, if you try to click buy,
no, I tried to do that and it was and I didn't get anything. Like it just went to the cart. But for Bright Memory, it didn't let me do that. Bright Memory said like you won't be able. This won't be compatible with your system. I'm like, yeah, it can. Don't fucking lie to me. This game, come on. It looks good, but it don't look that good.
That's weird because I thought I saw screenshots of people saying that they added the media image. It says you can't use that.
But I can't use that anyway because it's not out. And why would you buy it anyway? It's a Game Pass game, dumbass.
Stupid.
Stupid. But yeah, so those two games are great. I wish there was more reviews for games, but
Godfall.
Because I wish that today was like the day where you could review everything. Just like fuck it, Godfall, Sackboy's Little Lunch or whatever. What's the other game?
Only have co-op on.
I didn't even know it had co-op. Period. Honestly, I knew it had co-op. But I didn't know it had online co-op at all. So
yeah, well, it won't at launch. That'll come later.
Yeah, I saw that. That comes later, which kind of sucks because I'm probably gonna get it. So just to have in our game, yeah. Why not?
I just need games.
I just need games, dude. I did the same thing with Xbox One and PS4. Like PS4, I bought the two games they had, Knack and Killzone. Any other day, I wouldn't have bought those games.
Yeah,
but
right.
it was a new console. Gotta have the new games. And then Xbox One, of course, I did that. I bought like 6 games. It was like I bought the new Assassin's Creed, I bought Battlefield 1 or 4 or whatever. Whichever one it was at the time. I bought Rise, I bought Forza. Forza I'd never buy. I was like, this is a new game.
Crimson Dragon.
Oh yeah, okay. Not physical. Physical, I bought 6. Non-physical, I think I bought like 9. So it's like I was ready. I was like, let's go. I bought Connect the Fighter Within game.
Yeah.
So actually, I bought 7 physical.
I think the only thing you didn't buy was Power Star Golf, and you didn't buy it till later.
Yeah, I think it was because it was really expensive. I think that was like $30. I'm like, like Crimson Dragon was 20.
You didn't buy Loco Cycle.
Loco Cycle was 15. I was like, no, I bought Loco Cycle.
Oh, never mind.
Loco Cycle sucked, but not a fan of that one. It was like extremely racist too. I played it, I'm like, well, like it's not.
Yeah, I thought you were joking.
Look.
I thought you were joking.
Really
I went back and played it, and I'm like, huh.
Because the whole time he's like being dragged and he's speaking Smash, and the fucking the bike's like, I don't speak that language, lol. I'm like, what is that, Korean? I don't think that's a joke, but it was like really like bad jokes about it. She can't understand what he's saying while she's dragging him along. It's like it's a fun concept.
I do want to play. I do want to play that eventually all the way through.
I just don't know why he had to like speak Spanish the entire time and then have the motorcycle make fun of him for it. Like, was that necessary?
It's messed up.
Yes, it was integral to the art.
Let's make fun of the Spanish guy while dragging him across the fucking city.
Anything else you guys want to talk about with the consoles? Anything else?
Yeah, Loco Cycle
Uh,
also was. Loco Cycle is still not like a fun game either. So yeah, either way, it was fucked. But I liked Crimson Dragon.
What's up, Bad Backy?
What's up, baby?
Yeah, back.
Anything
One
else you
thing I
want
want
to
to
say
say.
about?
One thing I want.
Yeah, go for it.
One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. Is the new console is coming up. I'm very excited for it. I'm gonna get the Pathless. I'm gonna get Bug Snacks. Obviously, it's free. I'm gonna get Godfall. I'm gonna get Demon Souls.
Are
I'm surprised Demon
you
Souls didn't get released actually.
are you going
Spider-Man?
to attempt a complete collection of PS5 limited run games with Cthulhu Saves Christmas? Think something happened. Let's see how this goes. They got cut out. They did get cut out. Let's hold up for a second. Oh, do I hear someone? No. All right. We're going to hang out here for a second. Let's do this. All right, we're going to hang out here for a second while I wait for these boys to come back. We're probably going to wrap up here in a little bit. I appreciate you guys for watching. Oh, there you guys are,
I mean,
Uh,
I think.
What's up?
what?
All right, there you are. You guys got cut out for a while. That was weird for me.
I don't know. I could hear David and I could hear you.
Yeah, and I could hear Chris. I think it was just a video that was frozen.
Yeah, no, it got cut out. So me and Ed back were
Right.
chatting. What podcast do you listen to, Adrian?
I can hear everything you're saying.
That's weird. I
We were
listened.
talking, you're talking over us while we're fucking talking.
Yeah, no, it froze. You can look at the stream. I thought going through the whole like weird. He's like,
Yeah, I was doing a weird frozen bit.
yeah. I listen to Kind of Funny Games Daily, Small Town Murder,
All the fun ones. All the ones that make you lol.
yeah, lol.
Funny kind of Murder on the Orient
Small Town
Express,
Murder
the
is such
podcast.
a fucking amazing podcast. I highly recommend that. It's two comedians go in and they find like just some really obscure but really fucked up murder in some small town.
I just laugh the entire time while reading it.
Dude, it's hilarious. They make it really funny. But the thing is that their whole shtick is that they don't go out of their way to make sure they don't insult the actual victims. They're mostly just talking shit on the murderers. And
Alright.
yeah, but because but I mean they give a disclaimer too. They're like, all right, if your shtick is thinking this stuff is not funny, we respect that. But get the fuck out.
Get out.
We're assholes. We're not scumbags. That's it's a really good podcast, but it's like straight up every episode's like 2.5, 3 hours. Because they go through like the history of the town and like the values, like they're like you can get a full ass house in this place for $30,000 or some shit. And
Jesus.
yeah, and they go through
How many sponsor reads did they do?
usually like 1 or 2 in the middle. That's about it.
Okay. I used to listen to a podcast. I couldn't do it anymore. I won't say what it was because they had some controversy lately. But I had to stop because I'm not even kidding, every 10 minutes they would have to read an ad.
Oh no.
And it would be the same. It was the same sponsor read too. It was the same because they had one sponsor. No, it wasn't Raid Shadow Legends. It was the I guess it was what's that the Razor one, Dollar Shave Club?
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club, yeah.
I was like I haven't listened for like a year.
Do you want the butt wipes?
Yeah, it's I don't even remember that. I think that's Manscaping or Manscape or whatever. That's a different one, I think. Isn't there one called like Manscaped or whatever? Butt wipes. I don't even, you want the butt wipes? I just want to shave my face.
Yeah, no. They're pretty good on ad reads too. It's like only 1 or 2. They do that. And they do another podcast called Crime and Sports. I really want to listen to that one, but it's not enough time. But every time on a road trip, that's always the podcast of choice. Highly recommend it.
So what?
Yeah, I still gotta start listening to that at some point.
So what? So wait, what happened? What was the last thing we said before? the video froze.
I think he was asking us our final thoughts on the next
Yeah.
gen.
What was your final thoughts on this?
I was just saying. I'm gonna get all the games I was gonna get. I was gonna get the Pathless. I could do it
Hold
again.
on. I read the chat. Picarbier says, "Okay, that's fucking it. Think Dave, share your OnlyFans."
Do it. Let's see it.
I found
Share
your
it.
Bratz review informative. LOL, keep up the great work, man. 12 more years.
Oh yeah, I saw your comment. Someone randomly commented on my Bratz the movie review from like 12 years ago. I was like, oh my god.
Go, if you're listening to this podcast, go
I don't
search
remember
up.
what I said.
Search,
I think that might be my first video.
I think that is your first video. Search up Gord the Movie Guy, Bratz. Shout him out. Give him that like.
All of my I could do an impression real quick of all my reviews from the early days.
That was pretty good.
All right, Bratz the movie here. All right, insert name here. Fucking sucked. It was bad. All the characters were annoying. I probably threw a few expletives in there. I probably said things I probably shouldn't say now that it was okay 12 years ago. Won't say what it were.
We've grown up. We've grown up.
We've grown up. But that movie fucking sucks.
If you want to hear Gore's humor now, just tune it. Just weasel your way into a call with them and stick around for 4 hours where he goes, "Ooh, poopy."
Poopy. It gets classy. It's so classy. Anyway, but like that's mainly most of my reviews. If I didn't like a movie or game, it was like, all right, Bratz the movie fucking sucked, annoying, I hate it. It's just like I didn't give you like a 3-minute intro like, oh well, the Bratz dolls came out in the night. Now I'm like, fuck this movie, it sucked. I hated everything about it. It's a piece of shit, you know. So
and then if you kind of liked it, it's pretty good.
I should do more movie reviews like that. Honestly, that's so easy to do, and it's informative.
The angry Gore movie nerd.
But it's the same review over and over again, except I just removed the.
You know what? Do that like that. Like remember the video showing you about the cheat codes?
Oh yeah. Left button, right? Yeah. Do that. Maybe
left button. Left button.
Left button. What's the one that you always said that you can't actually do? E. Yeah. E. It means B, and he's always using a different. Isn't he always using a different controller? He's describing an Xbox controller when it's a PS4 controller.
Is the Bratz movie based on the Barbie knockoff?
Is there a Barbie? Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Is Bratz a Barbie knockoff? I thought they were just like girl dolls.
I mean, it's not a far stretch.
Not really, because Bratz are like big-headed goons. Like they look fucking weird. They're terrifying. Like, have you seen Bratz? They're like they look like, I don't want to say what they look like because they look like something. They look like something.
Anyway,
like if they wanted to do like, you know how they did that the Banana Splits movie where they turned that old not cartoon into a horror movie, they should do that with Bratz.
I really want to see that movie still.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. I heard it was fucking violent too, which is good. So.
Also, quick shout out, me and Big Dave will throw this out there. Check out We're Alive, great podcast.
Hell yeah! Did you ever get around to finally watching
nope.
the new season?
They are not live anymore.
Once I finish the original series, I'm not, but I plan on just going through the original series all the way through with everything.
Yeah. I want to check out Gold Rush at some point. Might try to run the girlfriend through the original at some point first.
All right. With that said, that's Blue Rupees.
Wait, real quick. I do want to say one thing. Going back to the original question, we still didn't really get back to. Final thoughts on next gen. The biggest gripe I'm having with next gen is hard drive capacity. Just because, goddamn, some games are fucking disgustingly huge.
Right, and you can't hold PS5 games on an external hard drive.
Yep. And also, part of the reason why so much space that's being utilized by next-gen OSs is because of that quick resume feature. I don't fucking care about that. Give me an option to disable it and free up some of that hard drive space.
PlayStation doesn't have that.
I like quick resume. You know how many times I was playing Rise and I was like, I wish I could go back to BioShock Infinite right now. Oh, by the way, I played more BioShock Infinite. I forgot.
Hell yeah.
I'm almost at the end of the second episode.
There's some people like that are like, I don't need quick resume. It's a dumb feature. But I'm opposite. I think that's like, pun not intended, a game changer because I love it.
Honestly,
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I honestly don't mind there being that limited of space because I know I can adapt, and I know like if I look at the amount of storage I have, I could be like, I'm not gonna play like half these fucking games. Let me just get rid of all this. Like I know I'm not going to. I'm not going back to fucking Master Chief Collection anytime soon.
What?
Like it's just an example. It's over 100 gigabytes though. So
But see, I'm someone that I like to have all my shit installed as much as possible. I want to stuff it all in there. That way, at a moment's notice, all right, time to play. That's why I have 6 terabytes just dedicated to get my Steam library on this computer.
Yeah,
Is because I want all
the games.
And at a moment, I want to be able to go, bam, all right, cool, I'm playing.
You have a 6 terabyte hard drive dedicated to Humble Bundle.
Hell yeah.
What you just told me.
I mean, just in general, I have 10 terabytes of storage on this computer, but it's one of those things.
That's a lot of weird porn.
It's really interesting just because you can't use an external hard drive for PS5 games. Also, there's just no way to install an M2 drive in there right now because it's not activated. So straight up, all you have right now until Sony activates it, which might be a while, is you only have that 667 gigs on the PS5.
Just delete.
Fucking wild.
I did hear recently that it's no faster to install games. It's just as long.
Hell yeah.
So I was hoping like somehow they would be quicker, but like at least on Series X. I can't speak for PS5.
Well,
I guess it makes sense because driving speed is still going to be the big.
Well, you know what's cool about the Xbox, right? Is that apparently all you need to do is literally unplug your hard drive and plug into the Xbox Series X, and you're good.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say again. You broke up for me.
You can unplug if you have an external hard drive on the Series X. You can just straight up plug that hard drive into the Series or Xbox One hard drive. You can just swap it straight to.
He got confused. He got fucking confused too.
I fucked up.
Yeah. I know what you mean though. You could do that with the S and the X also. That's what I did. I just fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's cool. So if you want to install games now, you're good. Just do that, and then you can swap it over to.
That's what I'm actually kind of doing that right now. I just like cleared out like a bunch of like little games, like 2 gigabyte games. I'm like, let me get rid of all these big games I worry about. Let me go to small games I'll never fucking play.
Yeah, that's where see. That's the thing. That's the fucking pro tip. That's the pro tip no one knows is when you're like, oh, I'm out of space. Get rid of like 30 or 40 of those games that you just don't know you're never going to play because you just have them on installed and you're good.
Yeah, to the people that have a lot of games.
I have hundreds of games on both my Switch and Xbox.
Me too. I have. I looked installed. I have 370 games. That's after I cleared up some, and I have all together like I think 800 games. I'm just like I don't know where to get all these fucking games.
Vicarbiar says
that's including EA Play installs and Game Pass installs though.
Vicarbiar says how many terabytes dedicated to hentai?
Wait, how many terabytes?
3 terabytes.
100?
300 terabytes.
300 terabytes.
That's a high quality hentai.
There's nothing else we can do.
We're getting close to a petabyte. Let's go.
One season of Bible Black on one.
All right.
That's like one of 3 hentais I know. I know because I watched it with people.
It's gonna be confusing for me to
Black
transfer.
was the OG gold standard back in the day. So.
It has a really good English dub too. We watched that.
Apparently, transferring between the consoles isn't too bad, so that's not much to worry about.
Also, Adrian, when are you putting my Twitter handle down here? Goddamn, hook a brother up.
Use a profile picture.
Actually, use that.
Use a profile picture.
You have to have a profile picture, I guess.
All right, let me slap one in there right now.
Let me slap one in there.
Also, change your name.
No, I thought that was what you were gonna say.
Yeah, I wasn't make him do that. Then change his name.
No,
I didn't realize you put profile.
That is my brand.
No, he just hasn't.
Oh, I get you.
All right. That's it for Blue Rupees. If you like this podcast, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and follow the channel. It really helps us out.
Yeah, it really helps us out.
Give us a little review on those podcast services if you like this. We appreciate all those. That helps us a lot, apparently.
Yeah, shout outs to our Indian audience.
Yeah, if you're still here, welcome.
How was that new Hollywood film?
All right.
I bet they danced at the end.
Games Gone By is coming up. Silent Hill 2. Our next month is November 26th, Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. December 24th, Grim Fandango. January 29th, No Man's Sky.
By the way, Grim Fandango is on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass now.
Play it on Game Pass. I was going to play it on Switch.
Get some Chivos.
I want to get Chivos. I want to get Chivos.
Yeah, stick it in.
Yeah, give me the chemo, stick it in me.
That's a
Anyway, watch
reference.
Slumdog Millionaire.
What else was I gonna say?
Yeah.
And anyone in chat right now, because you might not catch this podcast before it goes back up. Tomorrow, starting at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 hours. Me, Gore, and David will be streaming for Extra Life. Donate to those children, get them some good stuff there. Help us out. We're gonna try to a $200 goal. Tune in
for
and
the
we'll.
streams, right? That'll be our goal
Yeah,
for two
they're
streams.
gonna be combined, so $200. We'll probably have it that if you don't donate like maybe $20 or something, we'll probably play a game of your choice. I think that sounds fair.
Yeah, as long as we can play it.
Yeah, as long as we all have that, we would like to do that. Let's see. Armchair Warlord says, I would like to mention that your Bratch review is recommended by YouTube almost 12 years later. Bye, boys.
Hell yeah.
And then so also,
I hope it was informative.
I hope he told you how to watch it.
Hope you buy the Blu-ray.
And then on top of that, David will be streaming the entire 24 hours. So probably $20 to him. He'll play whatever the fuck you want. If you want to do some panty raiders or whatever he has, he'll stream that.
Is that the sequel to Sheep Raider on
Sure.
PS1? Yeah, that's.
But yeah, we will be streaming 12 hours. We're gonna do 24 hours, but I don't want to fuck up my sleep schedule. And we also would rather do 12 hours like of actual content rather than like peter out around hour 19 or 20. And we will do it probably next week, I think, is our aim. So we'll do 2 back-to-back weeks of Extra Life. No big, and also we're gonna save it. We want to do next week because we'll have PS5 games. So that'd be fun to do. So remember, Twitch.tv.
Sackboy, if you come over, play that.
Yeah.
Because there's no online.
Twitch.tv/Depunked. We will be streaming that. Remember, 12 hours, and then Dave will, Big Dave over here will stream the rest of that. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Games Gone By coming up right now.
I just realized. Did you end it?
Nope. Hello and welcome to Games Gone By. I don't know if you can see that on the recording.
I'm pretty sure you can. I don't see how you could. Right?
No, you can see it on stream for sure. I don't know if you can see it on the recording.
What?
This is Silent Hill 2. Also, shoutouts. New theme song. We didn't talk about that last episode because I was still getting everything prepped up for that. Let me see if I can find out who to credit that to.
Miyamoto. Thanks, Miyamoto.
Yeah, thank you, Miyamoto. Ricardo Ramirez, shout out. I commissioned that from him. I like the little jingle. I made the actual video of that, and then the background that you got going on right now. We'll see what it is. I still gotta decide what it is. We'll figure it out. I think I have an idea of what I want though.
Oh, it should be.
You really, really want?
I'm thinking of doing just the intro where he's standing at the ledge.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'll probably get the HD version of that though for the background.
Oh no, then the fog's gonna be bad.
That's true. We're doing Silent Hill 2.
Hell yeah!
This is my pick. Really quick before we get to that though, our schedule coming up is next month is gonna be, or this month actually. November 26th is Enslaved Odyssey to the West. December 24th, Grim Fandango, and January 29th is No Man's Sky. We will have an audio podcast of this soon. I just got we had an issue with making it a separate show. We'll be doing that somewhat shortly. And nothing else really. So Silent Hill 2. Let's just talk about it.
All right, let's go.
Game.
What a journey.
Yeah, how did everyone play this?
Xbox.
Well, I played it.
I started on Xbox, then the Xbox died. Played on the PlayStation 3 with the HD collection. Holy shit, that is garbage. Went and just bit the bullet and bought another Xbox and played it on an original Xbox again.
Right. Ingor?
I didn't. I played it back when it first came out, and I played it when it came out 360. I do not like playing this game. I don't like playing any of the Silent Hill games. I love them, but they are way too much for me. So I went back and I watched a playthrough with no commentary and just put on my headphones, turn out the lights. I had to do it in multiple days though, because that game is fucking too tense. And then with headphones,
Yeah,
I
we
didn't have fun. I didn't have fun headphones when I first played it. Let's just say
yeah
that back in- I never played the Xbox version too, so it was interesting watching some of that. But
yeah we had we talked about it a little bit last week when we talked about what we played. But yeah, the audio design in Silent Hill 2, we'll get to that a little bit. But that's fantastic.
yeah. So
I
I bought
also
those finals, baby.
yeah, and I also played the.
Just the music's great.
I need to grab those vinyls if they were. Was it a limited press? I'm assuming.
I think they're still available. Last time I looked, they were still available.
Yeah, if not, if you do see them, let me know.
They're on I am 8-bit, I think, or
Okay, I'll look in a second. And yeah, I played this on Xbox. This was my pick. This was sort of a tie. It is sort of like a tie-in to PT, which I picked, not really knowing there kind of was a connection there. I just knew I wanted to play a Silent Hill game. I didn't really feel like I wanted to play Silent Hill 1, and I thought 2 would be kind of like the go-to one to go to like introduce everything in. And yeah, so this is one of the few games on Games Gone By that I picked that I have not had any experience with.
Interesting.
Which is ironic because now I own like every series in this game, every game in the series. I'm only missing Book of Memories at this point.
do you have the Pachinko machine?
Yes.
Fuck.
Do you have the arcade game?
Yes.
You have my heart? Do you?
Waiting for an answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
For
it
an
on.
answer, prick.
I hate you.
I hate you. I fucking hate you.
So, let me hear you guys' history of Silent Hill 2, because I said that I don't have any history with this. Let's talk about
All
you
right.
guys. So, Gore, you're kind of going at it, so go for it.
All right. Well, I played it when I was a kid with a friend. We loved playing horror games. So that's how I play most of the classic horror games, is with this particular person. And we played the first Silent Hill. And while that's a terrifying game, and there's something a little bit more terrifying about that game than this, just because of the grungier look to the world, and also just the fact that everything is more polygonal, just creepier to me if it's more old looking. This game, when I was a kid, was probably the scariest game I've ever played. Silent Hill 2 is terrifying. And I was surprised, like, I didn't have to play it again, which is good. 'Cause I didn't want to. Not that the gameplay is like the hardest or anything. If you know where to go, it's perfectly fine. Like, fighting all the bosses are pretty easy for the most part, especially if you play on easy, obviously. But you don't really. That's not the point of the game. You don't really want to play the combat or anything. The combat's not made. It's not like Resident Evil 2 remake or even like original Resident Evil game where that's what you like to do. You like to go and backtrack and do all this stuff. I'm sure there's people like that, but it's really the world and the audio, like we've talked, and the story itself that really gets you, especially in Silent Hill 2. This game messed me up hard when I was a kid. It was fucking terrifying.
I know the graphics are really good for the time too.
There's a part later in the game, and watching it again made me go, oh no. When you get to the historical society, where the game just completely fucks with you, where they just throw everything out at you. Jump scares, everything's dark completely. You're going down stairs that just don't fucking end ever. Loud noises. It's just like terrifying. And of course there's that story to back it up, so there's always a reason why these things are happening, which I appreciate, besides it just being scary visuals just for scary visual sake. And that's why everybody consider it like a Resident Evil clone at the time, which I'm talking about the series itself, like Silent 1, and that's why I think it's better than Resident Evil, and it's
Much
something
better.
Yeah, and it's something that, like, Resident Evil doesn't have the story even close to of the complexity of Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and even 4. The other ones can blow.
There's complete theses on Silent Hill 2, which so funny enough, I'm gonna give him a shout out here. Let me pull up his YouTube. Actually, during Halloween, I visited my buddy's video game like cafe shop,
Right.
and we were just talking about stuff that we were playing, and someone had mentioned Silent Hill 2. I was like, oh, me and her are playing this like right now, and this guy mentioned that he's actually doing a video series like currently right now
Oh, really?
on Silent Hill 2, like a whole thing where he's going through about like Crime and Punishment, and actually he's the one that told me about Blue Velvet, which is kind of interesting
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah, it definitely has visual, like, yeah.
yeah. So his YouTube is Ryan Lecoq, Ryan Lecocq, and it's Silent Hill 2 guided tour, and he's straight up he's making like this is like a whole series he's making, but I've been watching like the first like I watched about the first bit of the first one, where he's talking about like the books and everything. So far, I was actually kind of considering getting him on the podcast here, but I thought it might have been maybe too in depth for like an impression podcast. So I was thinking maybe if we ever do some sort of like series where we come back onto it, maybe that'd be kind of fun to like really delve even deeper on something.
Yeah,
Maybe another podcast idea we want to go through like a Games Gone By Plus or something like that, you know. But yeah, sorry, continue. You were
I
talking
forgot where I
about
left off.
you were talking about it was fuck.
I started looking up his name, so I forgot what I was saying.
Silent Hill, good. Legacy wise.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was gonna say. Silent Hill, good.
Legacy versus Resident Evil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Resident Evil is a fun game. It's a great series. I like the gameplay way more of Resident Evil games than I do of Silent Hill games. But Silent Hill games are way more about the story, about the whole. That's the thing. Like when you figure out what's going on in all the Silent Hill games, and when I say all of them, I mean the good ones. It's like a revelation. It's like it's just like, all right, now I get it. And it was all building up to that, where Resident Evil doesn't have that. It's just like, this obvious bad guy. Oh wow, he's the bad guy. No fucking way.
Resident Evil is almost like one of those like mainstream horror movies, not in a bad way though, but like that. Whereas like straight up like Silent Hill is almost like a creep, you know, where it's like it just kind of fucks with you.
Yeah, and that's why like when Resident Evil the movie series came out and it was all action and stupid garbage, I was like, yeah, I mean that's probably what it would be as a Hollywood movie. But then Silent Hill had a movie, and it's just like, all right, that's nowhere near the complexity of an actual Silent Hill story. But yeah, two is not my favorite one. I love 3. I love it. Like when it comes to story and the ending of this game, it's my favorite of all the Silent Hill games. But Silent Hill 3, I will never play 2 again. But I will definitely never play 3 again. Because there's something about that game that combines the rusty look of 1 with the horrifying creatures of 2, and then just amplifies both of those in 3. So it just takes the worst things that scare me in the first game, and the worst things that scare me in the second game, and they take both of them and then go whoo, now it's bigger, and now I add way more terrifying sound effects and shit. It also has like the best main character of the game series, I think. That's why Heather's always in like shit randomly, like Dead by Daylight, because she's a good character, where James is unfortunately not a great character.
Well, he's
a great character, but he's
a great character, but he doesn't become a great character until the end. Most of the time, he's just if you didn't know the ending and you played it for the first time, you think James is the lamest person ever, because he shows up and does the stupidest shit, or says the stupidest shit, I should say, or he does the stupidest shit too. Oh, giant hole in the ground? Yeah, I'll jump down.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm just like, are we gonna keep going?
Yeah, I was watching it again because I've watched plenty of playthroughs in the past, like because I played it once. I'm good. I did it. I'm fine. I don't need to play it again. But watching it, I'll watch it any day. It's fucking. I love watching.
Are there good Let's Plays of it?
The one I watched was pretty good, but there was no commentary, so it was just someone playing it. They were really good at it. So.
There's a good Let's Play I saw a few years back of a guy that was doing a Let's Play while also doing like a history and kind of behind the scenes look at the creation of the series.
There's one that I really want to watch that like I forgot what the guy's name. He doesn't have like a ton of views, but it seems like it's pretty good because he like goes in depth with the game while playing it as well. It's not very old, so it might not be the guy you're talking about. But
Are you thinking of Scribe?
no, he had a different name. I put him under my save to watch later list. Let me say save later. Let me see.
Really
Or watch
Gore,
later.
while Gore looks that up, he probably says, I saw a clip of Silent Hill where one of the endings shows the dog being the mastermind of Silent Hill.
Yeah, spoilers. That's one of the endings.
Yeah.
Sci-fi guy is his name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's he doesn't have time, but he like I look at the video and I go like, this guy obviously plays a lot of Silent Hill games, and if he did, then these would be short playthroughs. And then I look and the Silent Hill 3 one's 10 hours long, so I'm like, in that game if you're really good, you could probably beat it in like 4 or 5 hours, maybe even less.
I'm sure he just talks about
this guy, like, he gets in a room and he like pauses the game. All right, let me tell you about this room. I'm like, oh shit,
which is cool. I love when people kind of dissect.
Yeah. I didn't watch like any of that stuff for this Silent Hill though.
It's cool. It's cool because no, and that's what I was actually doing. And it's cool when people dissect video games to that level because I got that same vibe with Nier where I saw people like kind of just dissecting the shit out of Nier. Because you get that stuff with movies a lot, you know. You get people like really critiquing the hell out of people like really kind of
mainly horror movies. I feel like horror movies and games get it the most because horror, like, there's a lot of mystery in horror, like more so than a lot of other genres. So immediately there's already a mystery with horror.
So
and then everybody's like, I want to know, even if it's to the most basic, like, I just want to know why everything's horrible. Like, and then they delve deep into why
so
everything's horrible.
So, like, for example, this is kind of on with what Gore was doing. He watched This House Has People in It. And the
fantastic series.
Series?
You mean the video?
Yeah, web series.
Is that web series? Wait, is it a web series?
No, not really. There's videos that are connected to it, but it's through the website.
It's part of a greater narrative.
Sure.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Watch those other ones then.
So wait. So total side tangent. So This House Has People in It. We watched it. It's the Adult Swim infomercial. Pretty fucked up. Kind of. I really not like horror. Like,
I love the shit.
It's really funny.
So
it's really funny, but it's very unsettling, which is my favorite kind of horror. I love unsettling
the end
things.
is really unsettling.
Yeah.
In the beginning too, and then everything else is just so fucking crazy. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. So if you go to the website at the end of there, it's like a whole ARG where it's got a bunch of like other clips of the same family, of other things to watch and stuff like that. It's a whole ass rabbit hole. Which again, I do recommend you reacting to the
I'm gonna
explained video. It's only an hour and 40 minutes, but expect it to be 2 hours because there is another video to watch in the middle of that too. It does ask you to go watch. Huh?
It asks you to watch something else. All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll see. I don't want to spoil it.
2 hours. I'll save up 2 hours. Maybe I'll do it.
Dude, it's still fucking weird. I actually watched like half of it again, and it still is giving me the heebie-jeebies just because like there's some fucking like there's literal in This House People in it, there's like frames of just really weird shit that you wouldn't tell.
Yeah.
Like there's like you'll see. I'm not gonna spoil it.
It sounds like some jump cuts of like when it goes to different camera feeds. I didn't see what it was. I
Where
never
it's
went
like
back
one or
to
two frames. There's like
like you can probably see in my reaction. I went, what the fuck? Like there's a couple times where it like goes to like black screen for a second. I think there was something there.
Yeah, no, there is something there. There's other things there. You don't.
I'll wait until the explanation.
Yeah. But I was gonna say to the point about horror movies is even that, for example, one of the things that I don't know if it gets brought up in that video. I didn't watch the end, but for example, when you look at This House Has People in It, it's a lot about neglect too, where the kid is neglected. You look at his bed. There's no bed sheets on there.
Yeah,
the grandma.
The girl on the ground is neglected for a little while.
Yeah, so like that. Yeah. Like I love that horror movies just kind of.
Grandma neglects the kid.
It's funny because I can't write horror for the life of me. I would love to write a horror movie or something like that, like a screenplay, but it's so hard to like write horror, and that's why people like get away with the cheap shit, like Annabelle. Like, oh, here's jump scare. Yeah. Oh, here's dog.
Just write one of those, and then at the end, like do something fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
like
the doll. You find out it wasn't the doll. It was actually. It was just a serial killer. It was the dog. It was just a serial killer. Your dog was supernatural.
Yeah.
It's a crazy guy. Do something like that. Those are the ones I hate the most. Where like there's a movie, you ever heard of The Boy? That movie The Boy?
I've heard of it.
With the doll it's like, oh, he's possessed.
Yeah, Brahms.
Brahms, the boy 1, not 2. The whole movie's like, oh, it's a possessed doll. You won't believe the twist though. I'm like, it's a guy. isn't it? It's a guy, and then you find out it's actually just a guy. It's not the doll possessed. I'm like, whoa, what a surprise! I'm like, I hate those ones. Don't ever write one of those, Adrian, because I'm immediately fucking just like, unless you make it work. Immediately I'll be like,
I
ooh,
have such,
that's some Mario's asleep the whole time bullshit. Like,
that's
you
just, I have
fucking-
such a high respect for those like really well done horror movies, like the
Yeah.
Vivitch,
Hereditary.
Midsummer, Hereditary.
Yeah.
I even stuff like Creep.
It Comes
Like
at Night is also really good.
It
It
Comes
Comes at Night. You watch It Comes at Night, right?
I love it, and people shit
Love
on it for the obvious reason that if you do watch it, you realize why.
It
But
is a horror movie, but it's not. And
I
it's
fucking love that movie so much. Yeah, horror movies, they just have some weird like. Hey, Promise has got to go. Have a good nice games gone by. I appreciate you, man.
see ya.
I have
Thanks
such a
for
high
watching.
respect for horror because there's always some sort of like weird baseline behind it. Like there's a reason why, if it's well
Right.
done. And yeah, Silent Hill 2 oozes what's going on with there. It's like once like you peel it away and you beat it and you're like, huh. And then it's like an onion. You just peel back layers upon layers upon
Like
layers.
Shrek.
Yeah. David, what about your history with it?
So I have big fondness for the Silent Hill series. It's always been one of my favorite horror games. I started with Silent Hill 1, went into 2, and knew nothing about it. Just other than the fact that, hey, there's another one. Of course, I'm going to play that.
What were your expectations
And
going in? Like, was it you were thinking of it being a straight sequel to 1 or?
yeah, I was kind of expecting a sequel because, I mean, that's just kind of what you do. Especially where at this point I still predominantly played a lot of RPGs and some horror games that were available at the time, which basically amounted to Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Parasite Eve,
Clock Tower.
and
Clock
Clock
Tower.
Tower. Hell yeah! Still wish I had access to that, but no, and it's one of those things that
Block Tower.
yeah, Block Tower. But no, it's one of those things that going into it, I was kind of expecting a sequel, and then realizing that no matter how much I kept trying to find little things where it's like, ooh, that's got to be a clue to something going on, that this is going on with a continuation. Aside from, as we mentioned, the dog ending, there really is no major connection to Silent Hill 1. And it was a
Besides it being in
wild,
Silent Hill, I guess.
yeah. Besides it being Silent Hill.
It doesn't need to be though. Once you find out what Silent Hill really is.
Right.
Exactly. But that's why, as much as I do agree with you that I think 3 is still my favorite, I feel like part of the reason why 3 is my favorite is because it
You
built
love
up
1.
on what 1 and 2 had done.
Sure.
3 being a direct sequel to 1, and also a lot of the elements of 2 I felt were taken and refined even more for 3.
Right.
They learned a lot of different things while making 2, and there was a lot of different emotional weight that was kind of added to 2 that was really almost kind of corny in 1. I mean, great, the 2 still had its corny fucking moments, but there was a lot refined for 3. And so that's why I feel like as much as 3 I still feel is the best one, it's better appreciated after having played 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, and I plan on going. My next one will be 1, and then I'll go back to 3.
Hell.
So let's.
Should we go through the story? If we
Yeah,
can?
let's talk about the story. Let's go for that.
All right. Because that's the big part. Because we could talk about. You want to talk about gameplay first, and then get into the story? Because I think this. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, my fucking chair.
Oh, real death caught on tape.
So I keep getting thrown off by you fucking PlayStation nerds because I don't realize how many fucking tank games there are.
Oh yeah. Well, there's only this Resident Evil games, of course. I think.
No, you know what's
did
throwing me off?
Haunted Ground have it?
Pretty much anything silent.
Here's what's throwing me off.
Yeah.
It's not just tank controls. It's those camera angles that are really
And Unimusha.
fucking
Yeah.
even
Yeah, no, in Silent Hill it's the worst because they're not fixed camera angles. Is the
but
problem.
even like fixed anything that's not like a really intuitive camera, I'm just really thrown off by because I'm like because I don't have any reference of time in this stuff, right? Because I never owned a PS2, so I'm like I'm coming off like Mario 64, knowing that free controlling a camera, even though it's like Mario 64 is not free controlling, there's still like kind of like blip, blip. Anyway,
yeah. Move it. Yeah.
and Banjo-Kazooie kind of, like
Right.
I'm coming off these games like, just movement of camera in a intuitive way is just a thing, right? And so when I went back to Devil May Cry 1, when I went back to now Silent Hill, where it's like these cameras are just like not movable. It's like you're just dealing with them. Like, oh, this is so weird. So it's like throwing me off for a loop. It's
God
like,
of War is the same way too.
oh, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. I forgot. Yeah, I was thinking of another one too. Like all this stuff is throwing me off so hard. I'm not even. And again, I'm not like taking it, like knocking on it, but I definitely know that people that do complain about Silent Hill 2, the camera is something. Sometimes it works.
The camera's the only part where that actually might be the one reason why it's so scary. To be fair.
Yeah. No.
At
Sometimes
times,
it works with you because
besides the audio.
Dude, when it's dark and you hear Pyramid Head
can't
running after
fucking-
you and you can't look, you're just like
fucking like.
Yeah, you're just like I'm running.
Dude, Pyramid Head is top 5
He's
scary
a bad bitch.
Motherfuckers ever. He's a bad bitch. Yeah, that's better said. So, that's a bad bitch.
So Tank Controls threw me off. Like I was fucking flabbergasted for the first like 5 minutes of that game. And then it doesn't tell you how to move or control or anything. It's straight up just.
Disaster Report also has that too.
It's funny because I was explaining to the girlfriend how far we've come in tutorials with video games and how they're controlled. So like during PT, I think we mentioned how there's a photo on the ground with R3 written on it, and that's the tutorial to realize that you can't look at it. It says R3, or you push R3 and you zoom into the photo. You know, that's the intuitive way of where tutorials are nowadays. Whereas Silent Hill 2 is like, fuck it, it's like kicking the bird out of the nest. All right, go, bitch.
The only thing it gives you as a lead up to like you can interact with that is that James will look at it, go like, we're going. Did you notice that? You noticed that, right? He looks at the things.
Yeah. But like I didn't even know until you mentioned it, because we mentioned I only got to the apartment for a while, that I didn't even know I could look at my health because I just never thought about pushing back. That just did not occur to my head, and I'm like, how do I know my health? He's like, oh, just check your stats screen. I'm like, what?
Well, I think that kind of comes with the fact that at this point they're still expecting you to just read through the manual and figure it out.
That's fair.
That's fair. A lot of the info was in the manuals back then.
Look at this fucking manual, actually.
Yeah, look at that manual, baby.
But yeah, so control wise, it's very interesting. It was
now, real quick question.
Sure.
Did you guys play it on 3D mode or 2D mode?
Well, I didn't play it, so.
Well, you didn't play it, but Adrian, did you play it on 3D mode or 2D mode?
I don't know either mode. No.
I don't remember.
In the option setting under control schemes, there's an option for 3D or 2D, and it alters how you move. So 3D is the traditional kind of tank control.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. They misspelled something? They said something messed up?
No, but it's hilarious. I don't know if you could see this. Let's see.
Yeah, Xbox controller.
Read where the buttons are labeled.
I can't see them yet. You might want to read them because I can't. It just says button.
It just says button. It points at X button, A button.
A button. Well, just in case you don't know.
Anyway, sorry. So take controls are for what?
So it's set by default to 3D mode, which 3D is the traditional style tank control. But there's another option for controls in there called 2D mode, which it completely removes the tank controls. And what it does is it makes it so that way any direction you point the stick is where you're going to run to. The way it tries to balance it is by trying to keep your movement in line with your camera is facing, though. So it's a little bit of a quick learning curve to kind of understand that you're going to initially always try to run towards the camera.
I don't remember that. Oh.
But once you get
so you're saying is like
that
if
James only on the Xbox version?
I believe it may be because that's the version
I played on PS2.
So you're saying if James is looking forward, up will always move him that way.
Yes.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna mess around.
It's like Heavy Rain.
I'm gonna mess around with that right now because I have everything so connected. Continue talking now.
Isn't that? Heavy Rain does the same thing. Wherever you're looking, you move. Right? You have to move your head or whatever. Kind of like that.
But yeah, I found that to be so much faster for movement and to be a much better control scheme.
Eventually, I got it.
Okay.
Eventually, I got it. It wasn't a big deal. Like after a couple. Hours,
Tank controls take a little while to get used to, but I don't mind them at all, really.
I don't mind them either, but at the same time, if I have a better control option, I'm probably going to go for it. That was one of the things I always thought was kind of amusing for the back of the Xbox box, is it mentions you can use an arcade stick with this game as kind of like a weird feature of like, oh yeah, the way I've always wanted to play my survival horror games with an arcade stick.
Arcade stickadoo. Stickerino.
So let's talk about the story now.
All right,
Hell yeah.
all right. So gameplay wise, it's not like but we'll talk more about
Gameplay wise, it's actually interesting because of how customizable the puzzle can be.
Yeah. You could customize the action and the puzzles separately. So action, always put on easy because that's not why you're here. Unless you want to do it on hard to see how fast you can do it. But all they do is give you way more enemies.
Yeah, and that's fucking. Oh.
Yeah,
it's a lot more enemies, and man, they take a lot more hits.
Yeah,
they are
exactly.
sponge shit.
But that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna like that because that's more challenge, and also it gives them like more of an actual survival horror feeling. Because I know one thing about this game is that at a certain point you have enough ammo for fucking like anything they throw. Like ammo and like even health at times is just like not a problem.
Yeah, if you do any exploring at all, you are not wanting for anything in this game, which I feel like is probably because definitely going to what Silent Hill 1 was like, they were a lot more scarce, I felt like, in Silent Hill 1 with resources. So I feel like they probably went back and like, let's make sure there's a little extra here.
That's why I also think they knew that the gameplay wasn't the first thing they wanted to, I don't know, like focus on when they were developing it. Like not the main thing, like make it work, make it feel good enough for the time, obviously, for one of these type of games, but really focus on the story, the atmosphere, the world itself, all the different set pieces, all that stuff. So yeah, okay, so gameplay we don't need to talk about.
That's so much better, dude.
Right?
That's so much better. Holy
try
shit.
it out.
That
I need to
is
try it out one day. I need to hook up my Xbox again.
that is literally like,
Isn't that wild?
it's worlds better. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, nice. I played the Xbox version, but I never played through it before. I guess I'm assuming that's also on the 360 version, right?
I'd be confused if it was not.
Yeah, I mean it has all the content for the Xbox version, so I'm assuming that's in there.
Yeah,
Has
holy
the,
shit.
Has the Maria stuff in it. So
I was gonna say or ask, is the bonus scenario worth playing?
I never played it, but I've seen it, and it didn't seem like it's really. It just adds more for Maria's character.
Yeah.
If you even consider her really a character,
I kind of
it's
want to
very
play.
weird with that.
I kind of want to play now just with that control scheme because oh my god, like that. That's so much better.
Yeah, you might as well play that part too. But just talk
It's
about
only like an hour to go through that, so
Yeah, it's just you play as Maria.
Sure.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I saw that.
But,
I saw it in the back of the box.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the story wise, let's just get into the story. So the story itself, it's very bizarre. So, I did go back. I was like, super excited to watch the differences. The differences of how each game, or how the HD version versus the original version were, especially with the voices, because it's like these are just normal ass people they hired for Silent Hill 2 versus getting Troy Baker in for James and
they also did the mocap too. So
yeah, and I agree is that I don't think the voices fit in the HD version.
No, because it's like Mary's voice actor's not even close to as good. Like I think Mary's voice actor's really good, especially when she reads that letter at the end. I think
that letter is
very
really
well done.
good.
Just, ooh.
Like, and it's weird. James's actor, not to say he's a terrible actor, I think he was just directed to be like that. And there's glimmers of good delivery, just here and there. At the end, I felt like there was a little bit with the two pyramids. It was like pyramids. It was like, all right, that's good, but most of the time his delivery is the same. He's like, what are you doing?
It's so
where's Mary?
It's so
what's going on?
Kyle mentioned it. It's so unsettling though too. It is
unsettling.
That just adds to it.
But also, you're supposed to be on this journey with James, and you kind of want to see what happens with his wife. But when you're creeped out by your main character, you don't really want to. You don't care. Immediately you're in a bad position with your own character that you're controlling, just because he acts so fucking weird and does stupid shit.
He was better well acted. Everyone else will say the same though, where it's like everyone else is
Sure.
really like just a little thing was
I'm
off.
sure I'm sure Troy Baker does a great job, but
Have you heard
it's
it?
just not. I played the first couple hours of it, and it sounded fine, but there's not that many cutscenes
It's
where he
very
talks.
gruff and
I'm
like
sure Troy Baker knocked that out in like 2 hours because there's not that much dialogue really.
sure, and
If
I'm
you
sure he
look
knew
at
it too.
voice
Um,
dialogue.
but it's
Yeah.
very gruff, it's very deep. As is
Yeah.
the Mary voice actress
Yeah.
too.
He sounds like
a
he
smoker.
smokes. Yeah, he
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Mary voice actress, if I remember correctly, is the Major's voice actress from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
I did not like her voice acting in that, but I thought she was great in this. So hey, I always found her voice acting in Ghost in the Shell to be. Wait, what, in the movie or in the show?
In Standalone Complex.
Okay, never mind. No, yeah, I think that's a different voice actor. So yeah,
Yeah,
in the
it is.
movie, if you watch the movie in English dub, don't just watch it in Japanese.
It's a little
sub.
stilted in English. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very still, especially her. It just kind of not ruins the movie, but it's,
So let me ask you guys this, since obviously Silent Hill 2 is kind of like one of those games you have to really dissect and kind of like have a almost, I don't want to be in like a pretentious way, but like have kind of an understanding of just media and story when
you definitely need to have
So
some
would-
sort of understanding.
right. So what did you guys get out of it when you guys first completed it?
Well, I remember as a kid not really understanding it. Like, not that I was confused at what happened at the end. I was just like, I remember me and my friend were thinking like we were expecting not something like Resident Evil, because we also played Silent Hill 1, and Silent Hill 1 has a pretty dark ending too.
But Silent Hill
still-
1 definitely was a lot more direct because
Yeah.
that was more like dark cults and magic, and this was very psychological.
I remember we were really weirded out because we didn't play it until I think 4 is already out a little, like it was already like maybe a year old. So we were convinced. That means Silent Hill 3 was already out, but we didn't really know. Like, that was back then when we had magazines. That was about it. I didn't have a computer really. Like around that time, I didn't get a computer for myself until like a little bit later. So it was like one of those things where like we would go in and the most we would know is from whatever we read on the back of the box or whatever, or
Sure.
we read an instruction manual, or we played the game, or if we read it in a Game Informer. That was like my game. That and EGM, those are my 2 magazines. But and I didn't have older issues, but whatever. But yeah, like I feel like the first time I played it, I just didn't get it. I remember not getting it, but I think I was intrigued, but I was also a little
You
let down
knew something was there.
Yeah, and I don't remember being sad or anything. So I'm not 100% sure if I knew exactly what like happened, because it doesn't spell it out immediately,
No.
but it like you see him like doing something with his wife. And you're like, all right, and I definitely did not get when I was a kid that the monsters were like depictions of his like grief and stuff,
Right.
and like him being very
Horny at the hospital.
horny as hell. He horny, man. He liked those legs. And I didn't get Pyramid Head was supposed to be his punishment, even though I think he says that, right? I don't think I got that as a kid, but I did get like his wife got killed. And he killed his wife. She was sick. That was obvious.
All right, speed run the whole story. Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. No, that's the ending. There's not much of a story when it gets right down to it. Like you could actually probably all the cutscenes you could fit in about 20 minutes, like in this game, maybe 30 minutes. But
It's a lot more than that, actually.
is it? Because you have to add all the times where James looks at something and goes, "What is this?" and he reads the whole story. You have to add
Especially if
that's
you
good.
add
That's
the multiple endings too.
Yeah, the multiple endings.
Yeah, the multiple endings alone is like 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. And that's where you get most of your cutscene is like the ending. I feel, but not most. You get like a big chunk of story reveal towards the last hour of the game.
So you knew something was up, but you didn't get it, David. What did you think?
I was like 14, 15, maybe.
Sure, and no one really expects that out of that.
Yeah.
That's fine. David,
Yeah, that was definitely-
you were 35 when you finished that game. How'd you think?
Yeah, I was 87 when I finished Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
And
Arthritis,
It's one-
but
no, it's one of those things that back then I sure as hell really didn't get it. Because I mean, I was playing a lot of games like Fear Effect, Resident Evil, Parasite Eve, where it's like I understood the baseline level. All right, I killed that person. This person's bad magic shit's going on, and like the subtler themes definitely missed out on me until later years of replaying it. But definitely, this is one of those games that going through it, you every time you go through it, you'll learn something different, and something clicks in your head that perhaps didn't click the first time around, and it really is a fantastic game for revisiting because of that.
Right.
And like I said, I love watching those thesis videos, and they really kind of dissect as much as they can about it.
Yep. There's a lot to dissect.
So
Like pretty much everything you look at has something to do with the story in some way.
That's one of the comments I'm gonna make eventually, was that there's no unintentionally placed thing in this game.
No, there's not a single thing. Even the puzzles, like even the optional puzzles that you find, like those things are just like there's a reason for it. And maybe it's not exactly based around James himself, but it has something to do with maybe another character, or has something to do with the town itself, or
I do
just
wish
the overall not feel like the whole point of the game, I guess. Not point, but whatever.
I do hope going into 3 that the puzzles become less obtuse or random.
Nope.
I don't like the obtuse one.
Thinking that they're way more obtuse than the third one.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Actually, but I should say, how about this? Less obtuse and more. I just don't like random ones where it's like, all right, now you got to guess this thing over and over again, and eventually you'll get it.
Well, which one were you having a problem with?
No, I wasn't having a problem with any of them, but some of them were kind of annoying.
There's only one I remember actually. You have to like guess it, and that's the one where you go in the room, your flashlight dies, and the bugs show up.
Random one.
That one you don't guess, but you see like three codes.
But you have to guess from there.
We have to guess from there, so you have to go. But there's not that many.
There's that. There is it's not random in easy or normal, but apparently it's random on hard or above. Is the one with the faces where you have to move the thing. That becomes random if you put it on a higher level, the puzzles.
Okay. I think I almost want to say we had a strategy guide. I think we did.
That wouldn't mind, but some of them were a lot of fun. I really like the.
My friend used to get a lot of strategy guides.
I was my friend's copy. I don't like Cheat CC or something like that back then.
Because I actually have a strategy guide for Silent Hill too, but it wasn't my.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I got it from like a lot of strategy guides I bought recently. But,
I really like the puzzle with the hanging bodies.
Oh yeah. That one you really have to go through because that was a cool thing about watching a playthrough. I could actually do the puzzles along with this guy because he was actually like, or gal, I guess, I don't know, but he was like going through it and just reading each one. So I could pause it and go like, oh yeah, oh there you go, nice. That's what I do with the Zero games.
That bottom part right there, I drew out.
All right, nice. Yeah, so you have to pull the one that's actually innocent, which is that's messed up. And I think they're randomly like put in different places, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few that are done randomly.
Yeah, so it's not always the same one. You always, and I think they switched the names of who's the actual innocent one too, right? Like for some it's the arsonist, right? And then
it was the swindler for me.
Yeah, okay. So the arsonist was for the playthrough I watched.
Yeah, so, I think it depends on just the difficulty level.
No, I think it might just be random. No, because they switch it up every time you play it. So next time you play it won't be the swindler anymore. It'll probably be something else, and you have to read each one, and like they'll probably switch it around. Where
interesting.
I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe it is the difficulty.
I think that one might be one of the difficulty one based, but I know there's like whenever you had combination locks, most of those were always randomized.
Yeah. Especially the keypad we were talking about before, that's randomized. It'll always be 3 different.
Does that fuck speedrunners up a little bit?
Sure.
Yes and no. As long as you know where to go to grab it, that's the kind of key thing.
Yeah, and those are quick. I'm sure speedrunners have figured a way out to like, all right, the code combo. I know.
It can only be 4 different ones.
Knock 5 seconds off. I press it immediately, and I go beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
All right, beep 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 beep. Like they're really quick with it.
So yeah, let's talk about some of our favorite moments. So yeah, the
entirety of the historical society.
Yeah. So going into that was because that was also nighttime too, which fuck with you. You're like, oh god, it's nighttime.
Yeah, when you have to in Silent Hill. Fucking dark. I'm like, oh.
And the worst thing, the creepiest thing, I mentioned this before, I think maybe during PT, where just something just stands there, and the mannequin's just standing there until you look at them. Yeah. Oh, you walk right by them, right? Don't fucking do anything.
Fucking radio never shuts the fuck up.
Yeah. That walking down that hallway, I walked for about 15 seconds. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be some funny little like Mario staircase, right? I turned around. My girlfriend goes, "Why you turn around?" I'm like, "Oh, because it's probably gonna play a trick." She's like, "No, you keep walking." I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, the walkthrough says it's a long walk. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
So I just kept
Yeah.
walking. I thought I would try to play a trick where like I'm gonna turn around and it's gonna be
Nope.
like
Because it all makes sense.
we're
You're
going to
going. I
hell.
mean, you keep going down and down
Doom
and
guy,
down.
Doom guy's gonna show up there. What the
Yeah.
fuck you doing here?
At one point, I think if you look at the map, you see that you're like way below the lake of Silent Hill, I think, or something like that. Like you're like way below it. Like it doesn't make any sense where you are at all. None of it makes sense.
And it's all grimy and shit.
Everything's grimy. It's
Dude,
dripping at
so
times.
so what
It's
were the jump scares that got you guys? I got one jump scare.
Oh, I can tell you the one that I still remember is the one in the bathroom during the historical society, which I think it's randomized because I think it might not happen for everybody. But there's one where you go into a
Yeah,
bathroom,
you
you go
knock
all the way.
once.
No, what I remember, and I watched the playthrough, and it didn't happen for this guy, and I had to look it up. What happens is that you I think you examine something, and then you just walk to the other end of the bathroom, and it just like a door slams really fucking quick and loud, and it's like one of the only jump scares where it's like a loud fucking noise, and that's it. That's the scare. There's no creature that shows up or anything. It's just a loud noise, and I remember that one scaring the shit out of me and my friends.
So in the walkthrough, it was knock once, walk away, and if nothing happened, then reset. So you walk in, knock once, and walk away, and you just hear a loud, that loud
Okay,
noise.
so the guy probably just didn't do that.
Um,
Oh.
the one jump scare that got me was
Silent when Pyramid Head shows up the first time. Like I was watching that, and when it happened, and it was like
that's
first
creepy.
time you see him,
But
because
the jump,
you hear your fucking no, I'm talking about like the first time he actually encounters you. Like he's just there, like he just kind of shows up.
yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
No, but the one that got me with Pyramid Head, the two that got me actually, the one was on the roof. After I read the diary,
Yeah.
and I can like
knocks your ass out.
yeah, my girlfriend just played a prank on me. She was like, "Oh, just go to the doorway." I'm like, "I'm going at the doorway," and then I just see him like, "Ah!" He was like,
Yeah,
"Nah."
that's-
He's Spartan, kicks your ass down, and then the second one was when you're walking in there with Maria, and all of a sudden Pyramid Head's just there. I'm like, "All right, run!"
Yep.
Now it's time
Yeah,
to
and
run.
you have to escort her. Fuck
Yeah.
that. I don't remember having a hard time with that as a kid though.
No, it wasn't hard, but I just hate escort.
Yeah. Like I hated escort missions when I was younger. Like now I still don't like them.
Will do.
All right, we're back.
Bye.
What the hell was that?
So Pyramid Head's happy with that.
Yeah. What the hell?
All right.
For a second, hold on. Keep talking.
Scary. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know why. For Skype, for some reason.
No, it turned off for a second. That was weird.
Yeah. What the hell turned off? Like,
Pyramid Head.
oh, he turned it off.
Yeah.
What? All right, is everything okay though? Is it
Yeah, we're
recording?
good. We're good.
Okay. What was I saying though? Shit. God damn, I don't know what I was saying now.
Jump scares, the toilet.
No, I was saying something else. I forgot.
Pyramid
Now.
Head.
No, I was saying something different. About
Escort
Pyramid Head.
missions.
Oh, I was just talking about like I hated I hate escorting anybody in games, but
Yeah, same.
nowadays I'm okay with it usually. But like Resident Evil 4, fucking I hated.
I love how they give you an option
I
still
hate
though
it.
too. They're like, all right, you want to keep her here for a little bit? All right.
And what?
Get in the dumpster, bitch,
Yeah,
and
put
stay
her.
there.
Yeah, you want to put her in the dumpster for a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, that still doesn't help because you have to fucking get her ass back anyway. Oh, you're all the way over there, and then fucking walk my ass over there. I mean, no, everybody's dead, I guess, so that's good. But fucking, I still have to get you. Even though you can't just get a fucking out of the dumpster.
So, David, what were your scariest moments for?
Jump scares don't really do anything for me. I just get annoyed by them more than anything else. But the moments that really got me in terms of just the dread and terror is honestly just kind of reading through the notes through a lot of it, just because there's always that dread of like picturing it and is that going to be a thing that comes up? Like when you find the notes for Walter Sullivan, which I forgot that he was even mentioned in this game because he's the protagonist of 4.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Ooh.
And kind of reading through those notes for him, and then you find the grave. It's like, oh shit, all right. And you get all the other little notes of the suicides throughout the town, and as you kind of go through and read through the doctor's notes of all the shit that the patients were going through, That's the shit that really kind of builds up the horror in the back of my head because, you're definitely met with some horrifying, gruesome stuff, like the shit that Angela goes through, which actually is even worse than the novel. They did a book to coincide with the game to
Did
add
they?
to the lore. Yes.
How is it?
It's really good. It adds a lot more fucked up shit, though.
Yeah,
Angela
of
Yes.
course.
especially just goes through even
Is this
worse
like
shit.
is it like a notable book or is it gonna be hard to find?
I think it doesn't have a actual English translation. I think you got to find a fan translation for it. At least that's the way I originally read it.
That makes sense.
But it is really fucked up. Even more so what happens to her in the book. But no,
What happens to who?
Angela.
Angela. Yeah, yeah. The way her character leaves the game is fucking messed up in this too. Her whole story is fucked up. But I mean, everybody's stories, I guess, is fucked up in this. Nothing happy happens in Silent Hill. I guess Laura's fine.
Kinda, depending
She's
which
an
ending you
orphan.
get. Yeah.
What? Yeah. But
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say she ends up the least unscathed. I mean, the least scathed, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
next
the most
unscathed.
well, yeah.
Most unscathed. Yeah. Like, I guess you could say if you get the good-ish ending, then you're like our boy James is okay towards the end. If you get to one of the worst endings, then you ain't okay.
Well, that's the thing that I like about this is there's no real inherent good or bad ending. I mean, there's some that you could definitely argue are worse than others, but
Yeah.
it's left ambiguous on what should be the real answer. But going to the horror, that's the other thing too that I liked about the horror in Silent Hill 2 is there's so much that's horrifying in retrospect. Like using Angela as an example, when you're kind of walking through and you meet her and she's got the knife, it's like, oh, hey, calm down, don't kill yourself with that. And she gives that to you. The two big elements for that being, the picture that you see on the ground. It's like, oh, it's her and her mom, and then there's a cut in the photo, and there's the dad there. All right. And you don't think anything of it until you realize her whole story. And then it just fills in all the dread of thinking back to that picture. Same thing with the knife itself and the kind of imagery and symbolism that goes on along with Pyramid Head throughout this game. There's just so many little things like that throughout. And like when you find the banister that has the images of the two Pyramid Heads and the individual being hanged in between them as it correlates to the kind of final boss fight.
I'm trying to buy the. I'm gonna probably just print out because I can't find it. I want to print out a full ass like poster or make her a painting like a version of the Misty Day.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, that looked amazing. Like as soon as I literally within 3 seconds of seeing it, like I want it, I paused the game and I tried looking for it. I can't find a poster of it, so I'm gonna probably I download a high res version of it, so I'll probably just get it from one of those custom places and find like a nice like antique frame for it. But dude, that painting like so fucking good.
yes,
Like that's such a good encapsulation of everything that's going on. Pyramid Head and just fucked up shit.
Pyramid Head
going
and
on.
the fucking box ladies or
Box lady, and you see like one like foot hanging out from the.
I don't
bottom
think
of the
they're
ground.
ladies, but for some reason I think they're
Um,
ladies. I don't know.
Yeah, no, a lot of the
A lot of the characters you fight are female. So.
yeah,
yeah.
and a lot of the surrounding shit is just
He wants to make sexy. Yeah. James just wants some puss. Just give him. Maria, where you at? Oh,
All right, that's the height of our analysis here. James just wants some puss.
how come no analysis didn't say how it was? All right,
Eddie. Why didn't you?
Eddie, give him your puss.
Which that's actually again things that are horrifying in retrospect. The last few things I want to note on. Also, towards the end, we do have a viewer submitted review from actually Green Superflash,
Nice.
who is not joining us tonight. It looks like, but two other things that were really great and horrifying in retrospect. And speaking of Eddie, which kind of remind me of it, we
You
kill
remind me of
him.
him.
Yeah, thank you. We kill Eddie, despite the fact he's never actually killed a person throughout the whole story. He kills a dog, which is horrible.
Well-
Definitely fucking deserves to be in Silent Hill for that.
Sure.
But he mentions that he kneecapped another football player,
Right.
which is still also pretty bad. But he's throughout kind of presented as this kind of slightly unhinged individual and gets more and more so as the story progresses, right to this point where it sets up this thing that feels like it's ambiguous that he killed someone, but he really didn't by the end of it. And so it's just kind of one of those things where it makes you wonder if he would have tried to scare you off or if you legitimately had to kill him. But regardless, you have to kill him.
I mean,
It's up
he
in the
shoots.
air if
He shoots at you.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say he shoots at you first, so self-defense. But technically, he was trying to kill you. So
yeah.
But also, like, it's up in the air if he actually killed anybody, because you see him a couple times and he's like, "What? He was already dead." And by the way, the bodies that he kills are just James, like the character model.
That's
James.
what I was gonna bring up.
So that's why, like, even the
in
the
front of the
writer,
TV.
yeah, the one in front of the TV, but also I think on the dinner table too. And also the next time you see him, where there's a bunch of dead bodies on like the ground or whatever, like strewn about. I think they're like 4 or 5 dead bodies. Those are all James's character models.
Also, in the beginning of the game, when you first come across one of the, I can't remember the name of the base enemy.
I was gonna say the strapped in guys or whatever.
Yeah, I think they're called like the Liar or something like that. Those, and then if you go up towards, it's like a dead end street. I can't remember the name of it. There's like this van that you'll find a dead person with a bunch of memos around them that just tells you to run from it. That's also James's model as well.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Where's his director commentary from?
I'm saying.
Where do I find the director commentary? Because I remember there's director commentary.
I think it's on the Xbox version, isn't it?
That sounds
no. Like there's things you can watch online too.
Yeah.
Of him just talking about it. So that stuff's interesting.
I'm sure there's a lot more to talk about.
Oh no, there's tons. We're not done. The fuck?
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure there's no quiet spots here.
I know you want to go to bed. We ain't done. But yeah, no, there's a lot. Like we talked about Angela, we talked about Eddie, we talked about we didn't talk about Laura really. Laura has always confused me, and maybe it makes sense like if I really went into analyses. I have watched videos like that before, but I haven't watched them now, so I might have forgotten. But Laura's character is a little weird because she is real, right?
She's real. She's innocent. Therefore, Silent Hill is literally just a place.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Everybody else sees something different. Like Angela sees fire everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why when James and her are on the staircase, he goes, "It's really hot in here." Like, why would you say that if there's fire everywhere? But he doesn't see the fire. He just feels the heat. And I get it's insinuated she burned down her dad's house, right? Is that insinuated?
It's insinuated, but it didn't happen. That's one of the things the creators confirmed is it didn't happen that way.
Okay, all right. And then Eddie sees people just laughing at him the entire time. So it's like everybody's fears, I guess, are just like coming out to because he keeps talking about everybody keeps laughing at me and shit, and he just like keeps walking like leaving and shit with. So he doesn't see the monsters. Obviously, it wouldn't really make sense. The one thing that I thought was weird though is that why does James see the daddy doorman guy? The abstract daddy, the Angela boss fight. Why does he see it after? Because why does he see it to begin with? Does he have daddy?
He sees it because it is physically there, but he sees it a lot differently than she does. That's one of the things that in the commentary they kind of clear up a bit, is that it's still a physical monster that is there in order to get both of them. And it's kind of overlapping his punishment with hers.
Right.
And so that's why they both see it and interact with it. But what she sees is actually a lot more horrifying than what he's even seeing.
Right.
And that's why
I always assumed it was I guess it's supposed to be like a doorman or abstract daddy is the name of it. Yeah. I always assumed it was supposed to be like her dad like on his deathbed or something like that. It always looked like it was like a bed or a table or something and like something on top of it, which is kind of what you fight at the end of the game is with Mary.
Or Mary.
Yeah. So that always confused me. And also I want to go back to Laura. Laura talks about in this game and watching this playthrough that I just did, I was like, oh yeah, but what's going on there? She mentions like knowing Mary when she just turned 8. She's talking about how Mary was there when she turned 8 and she had like a party or something like that in a note, right? And then she says to James that was a week ago. But so is that Mary she knew just a like a Silent Hill ghost? I'm assuming, but then why would she be there if James wasn't there? Is Silent Hill making?
So here's the thing. It's one of those weird territory questions where she met Mary.
Yeah.
It gets into this weird territory. She met Mary right before Mary had been killed.
Yeah, and then she
And
gave so
right.
Yeah.
And that's where it goes into the territory of she may not necessarily have a presence outside of Silent Hill too much before that. This is kind of where it goes into that kind of manifestation and redemption arc of it, because the only time she really has an ending is in the ending where he leaves. So it can almost be seen as when you go by by Mary's final lines of, I just want you to be happy, I forgive you, kind of just move on during that ending. It can be seen as him being given a chance to move past what he did and to kind of give another life a chance that he took away from initially.
Right.
I don't think there's a solid answer on that entirely. I'd have to look into it a little bit more.
I can buy it just being that because she met Mary before, her presence is still in the town in some way. Because Mary was at that town and she loved it, obviously. I could buy that. It's fine. I mean, there's little things that you can just let go. Like when you're doing weird ass puzzles where you have to hang a dude, I'm okay. Like it's like I can forgive some story stuff that might be like stretching or taking.
Sure, and I think what I think was wild when the girlfriend was reading the walkthrough to me.
Yeah.
Was that she was like, all right, read this book. It'll affect your ending. Or like go in this room and read the wall. It'll affect your ending. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
that blew my mind. That like little things
bit,
that you could just totally like literally walk by and not really look at can affect your ending.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a chain reaction. What ending did you guys get, or at least Dave? Which one did you get now?
I watched all the. I know the ending I got when I was a kid.
Which one?
Because I got the one where he speeds off, and I didn't know what happened. You just hear him like. I have to watch the ending again.
Oh, you got the in the water ending. He drives into the lake.
Yeah, he drives into the lake. I know that now. I don't think I knew that at the time.
That's what I got.
He did say something about
we're together now.
We're together now. Yep. There you go. Thank you.
Which is made even more.
That's the one you got
after.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense for the first playthrough, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you know why? I know exactly why. Is I hit pretty much everything, but the problem is I had low health pretty much the entire game because I didn't know how to gauge health that well. Okay. So I was like, every time I had being red, I'd use a medium potion,
right,
instead of like a large one to go back into green. So I just kind of kept myself at baseline, and I was pretty dipped into red the entire time.
Gosh, yeah, no, I was always popping off because they knew they give healing items like fucking candy into this game. So every time I got hit a couple times, I just pop one.
Yeah, they give you ammo and especially ammo, but they give you tons of medicine too, in different forms too.
And I wanted to go for the dog ending this time around, but because I had to completely start from scratch, I ended up doing the leaving ending, and then I just rewatched the endings to kind of refresh my memory on them. Man, did either of you guys go through?
I've seen all the endings. I didn't watch them again recently. But I've seen them all. To be honest, like besides the dog just in the control center, and he has the headset on or whatever, and he's looking at the screens. That's all I remember from that ending, which is weird. You think I'd remember that one the most because it's like, what the fuck? And the UFO ending, obviously, they always put those in there.
Right.
But like I don't remember much from that one. The UFO one, I think, isn't the character from Silent Hill 1 in there?
Yeah, he's with the aliens. Harry. They just knock him out and take him with them as well.
Which obviously there's not canonical endings. Well, I guess UFO you can kind of argue because they're in every fucking game, right? So you can kind of argue those might be the most canonical.
There's I forget what.
But all the
actually,
other
David, you know what's funny is remember that dude that did the I Love Bees ARG video?
Yep.
He did one on PT and Silent Hill 2's connections.
Interesting.
10 minutes long. It's a good watch. I
have a feeling Hideo Kojima is a huge. I have a feeling like it can't be a huge influence because of course he was making games before Silent Hill was even a thing. But I'm sure like later on in his career, just the more weirder he got with some stuff in Metal Gear and stuff, and even kind of creepier. I bet that was like an inspiration, like the Silent Hill series. So
Yeah,
that's why when I heard he was making the game, I'm like, oh, that makes so much fucking sense. And of course, it didn't fucking happen. So
right, and I think it goes to say that his even though PT would have been a Silent Hill game,
yeah,
it would have been a Hideo Kojima game more than a Silent Hill game, but it would have had
yeah,
those same thematical elements, and I think
it would have been way more of a Silent Hill game than the last three. Or
sure.
four.
And I think the quote from one of the videos I watched, which put it very nicely, I thought was that and I think it might have even been that one too that I'm talking about, was that the name Silent Hills is such a on point name.
Sure.
Is that I think once and again not playing these games, so I'm gonna try not to avoid anything if I do say whatever, is that as you continue forward in the games, you realize Silent Hill is not a place. It's
Mhm.
a
It's
thing.
a thing that
Everyone has their own.
reveals your darkest like secrets or whatever. So I was thinking like with the name Silent Hills, it was gonna be multiple characters that you follow, maybe in a way.
So the
Just like
way he presented it was that because it's Silent Hill, it's convenient that you're in a place called Silent Hill, but Silent Hill is a manifestation of your like you said, your
yeah,
darkest things.
some
And
super
Silent Hills
stuff.
is sort of just pushing that narrative along where there's multiple Silent Hills.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe that did mean multiple characters, but that did.
I have a
much
feeling just the
solidify
way Hideo did Death Stranding, where he's just like casting all these. I bet it was his idea. He just took what he did with Death Stranding, or what he was going to do with Silent Hills, and did with Death Stranding, where he's like, all right, let's get this Hollywood actor. I bet it was gonna be like that, except with Silent Hill. And it was. You're probably right. There's probably gonna be other. It might not even been set in Silent Hill. It might have been called something else, a different town. But the whole idea of there being other places like Silent Hill is why it's called Silent Hills, because it's not. It might not be called Silent Hill, but it's the same.
It is a Silent Hill.
Yeah. Was that confirmed? It is Silent Hill in PT?
No, I don't think anyone said anything, but
Yeah,
but that was kind
I
of
don't know, because you see the one shot of the town at the end of the PT trailer, or I guess at the end of the PT, and it didn't look anything like a Silent Hill town. It looked like more just like a ghost town, I guess.
Yeah.
A more modern like looking town, except nobody's on the streets, I guess.
Right.
So it looks like now, because nobody's on the streets, because.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you should get that cough checked out. That's the Maria ending.
Well, that's what I was gonna wait to kind of
Yeah.
mention, is the fact that was.
I love
that's
that
probably
ending.
one of the most haunting of the endings.
I love that ending too, because I still don't know exactly who Maria is. Like, I'm a little confused. Is she just a fucking like a manifestation?
I'm assuming
it's real.
She's not real.
No, he said, but she is real technically, because she's
lives. She's real now.
I know she's not real because she keeps getting fucking killed and comes back. So, and it's supposed to be. I've heard other people talk about like whenever she dies, it's supposed to be a moment for him to reflect and actually accept what he did to his actual wife. That's why she looks like Mary. But at the end, she's just, if you pick that ending, she's just real. So I guess Silent Hill can conjure people up.
It can actually, yes, because there are supplemental materials that do talk about how sometimes entities conjured within Silent Hill will go out of Silent Hill to bring people to it.
Obviously, I guess it can conjure things. It fucking conjures pyramid heads and nurses and shit. So.
But yeah, no, that's one of those things that is one of the absolutely haunting endings in many games, really. Just because you go through this whole journey and it's like, okay, I killed my wife because as much as I did love you, I was fucking sick of you. You were ruining my life. You were sick. You couldn't meet any of my needs. And this kind of basically what I envisioned a better version of you being, what I wanted from you being. Now you're getting a little bit poof. Yeah, bitch, I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again.
I'll do it again.
I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. The cycle starts over.
Yeah.
Yep. And that one's haunting, but it was also like, oh shit. It was like here we go again. It was like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's like,
oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go again. Yeah. And it's CJ walking into the mist.
So let's talk about that remake.
Oh, Shattered Memories? Okay.
No, not that. I'm talking about the HD remake.
Oh, I thought Shattered Memories is a remake of the first game. It's an actual remake. It's like,
well, the first game had a couple different remakes because it also had a visual novel remake on the Game Boy.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I heard about it. I have the one visual novel one that came out on PSP. It's not.
I'm sure it's an
Not a
expensive
remake.
game on Game Boy, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sure in Japan, it
Yeah.
never came to America.
Oof. All
Never
right.
came to America.
So, David, you've played a little bit of it, so let's talk about it and let's kind of roll into like why it's not good and what happened.
So
I
here's
could talk about it too because I did play it before. But
Let's talk about
yeah.
it.
Do you want to start off a bit? Or then...
no, you played it recently, so go ahead.
Okay. So here's the thing with the HD remake that kills me the most. I mean, yeah, the newer voice acting
I can
is
see myself in David's camera. So almost.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you can see the screen there.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
Can you? I can't see
Boy
it.
there.
Wait, what was that? The Avengers? What was that?
Hell yeah.
Oh, is that British show?
Which British show?
The Avengers?
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
Oh yeah. Now that the girlfriend's not watching the stream anymore, yeah, I picked that up for as an early Christmas gift.
She was watching the stream? Said all these horrible things. I would have said more.
Knows what I'm about.
So you can see, like, Gory, you can see yourself. Look.
I can? Where am I?
Yeah, look at that on his screen. Look at his screen.
I'm looking right. Well, maybe it's because I have it kind of small.
Right. Oh no, you're right
there.
there.
Yeah.
I need to make it bigger. Adrian, be smaller. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I see myself now.
Now give yourself about 10 seconds and you'll see yourself wave in a second. All right, continue about this, David.
Oh, man.
Look, wait.
All right, but yeah, so here's the thing: is with the HD remake, there's a lot of things with it that are just not the greatest. One, the cutscenes. They went ahead and they just stretched out the compressed video that they had from the original and just stretched it out. They didn't bother doing any kind of mastering to it.
Corey, you need to stop. David, turn your camera away. Turn your monitor away.
Sorry, go ahead.
Better.
All right,
Can
yeah.
streaming even say that? I hope they could see that.
Oh god.
All right.
Oh, you record this differently anyway, right? Make sure people can see
you'll
that.
see it. You'll see it on stream.
Oh, you'll see it. You'll see it.
All right, they stretch things out.
Oh yeah, so they just stretched the video out for the cutscenes, so it looks blurry as shit and horrible.
Yeah, it looks really bad. I remember the
But
compression. I mean, the compression was already like, if you upscale it and stuff, it's gonna look not great. But when you upscale it and then go, it's like, oh my god.
So those are stretched out, but then the not the cutscenes, the cinematics where it's like in game still is just clear, and they take away from like the cinematic
They
where it was like.
them. Yeah.
Also, am I correct in saying that I think they only changed the James and Mary's voice acting, right? All the other voice acting is the same. Is that correct?
Most of them they changed.
Yeah, most of them. I thought Angela's was the same.
No, I think Angela they changed too. I think they changed most of them because they wanted royalties for them being re-put out there, and they initially were like, "No, fuck you," but they eventually went ahead and created a contract. Hey, we'll all go ahead. We won't demand royalties, but we know the fans really want our voices, so just put them in there. We won't ask for anything. So that's why Silent Hill 2 has that, but Silent Hill 3 on it doesn't, is because they couldn't get in touch with a lot of the Silent Hill 3 folks, and some of the Silent Hill 3 folks said, fuck you, we want money.
Yeah. Which is a shame, because the Silent Hill 3 voice acting is pretty good, actually. Especially Heather. I think Heather's really good in that. And from what the little I played of that, the voice act, it's nowhere near as good. By the way, Silent Hill 3 has the scariest beginning to any game ever. Besides besides Dead Space 1 and 2.
I think I'm happy with the declaration Gore made with the monthly Gore, and the kind of thing that I've been doing is like, fuck these horror movies and games and everything having to be stuck in October. This year did not need to be restrained by anything, so I'm just like, fuck it. Let's just keep it going.
I kind of want to focus more on horror stuff. I love horror stuff, and I know a lot of people.
Year of Gore.
Year of Gore. Every year of Gore. But I always wanted to just do horror stuff. Like I like watch older horror movies that I never watch and review them, or just like watch random short horror films, or just
Gore the horror god.
I've been wanting to like do a commentary track for The Thing. Like,
hell yeah.
I wanted to do that for Halloween, but I didn't get around to it. But like, I've been wanting to do stuff like that. But Silent Hill 2 playthrough is never gonna happen. So Silent Hill 3 one's never gonna happen. Silent Hill 4, I got those doll head baby things. I don't like those. There's a creature in there that has like two heads and it looks like doll head babies.
Oh, I think I seen like a 3 seconds of that. 'Cause
Dude, they
I
come at
saw
you
someone
too. It's just,
because I saw someone
everything else
talking.
is like kind of like typical spooky looking things, and then that thing is a nightmare. It's like
I,
that's shit story out like a Fatal Frame game. It feels like almost.
yeah,
It's
is it
not.
like gray?
It's like black. I think it's like wearing like a black like
Yeah,
gown thing or something like that. It has like these long arms or something like that.
yeah. I think I saw a clip of that because someone was showing
Let
like
me
they were
look at it.
saying, yeah, Silent Hill's known for its creepy monsters, and they saw like a quick second of someone walk towards it, and someone did like a cut off scream.
I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna say baby monster. There you go. That's the first thing that popped up. Yeah, this thing. Oh, fuck that thing. What is it called? Twin victim. I'm the victim. Fuck that. Yeah, that's one thing we should talk about is that we don't know all the monster names off the top of our heads. I'm assuming. I think David probably knows them more, but I do like the names of these. You don't know it in the game, but they all have different names, and they all have like really. Some of them are pretty metal. Like of course you have
So
red pyramid.
legs stacked on legs are the mannequins.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
I
the
think
first ones are patient monster or patient demon or something like that.
yeah, we used to have the abstract daddy or doorman as I think the fans call him, but I think the official name is abstract daddy, which that sounds like a fucking band name. Abstract daddy. Dude,
So they call David in bed.
yeah.
That's how I roll.
Abnormal daddy maybe.
So yeah, so there's that, and the fog obviously being one of the biggest complaints about the HD remake.
Now playing it again, and I didn't. Watching it again. Wait, you know what? Can I just say one thing? Is that a lot of these games gone by, I realize I don't play the games, but I realize that like four of them.
If you have played it before, you don't.
I've played them before, and at least I go back and fucking watch them and make sure. Like I watch playthroughs, and this one, all the other games I could have, for sure, I could have played those games. This one, there's no way in hell I would play it. No, there's no way. I'm too much of a pussy to do it.
Stay tuned when David does Silent Hill 3.
David probably had his girlfriend. Me no.
No,
girlfriend.
I didn't play this one with her.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you didn't play this one. I'm lying the entire time. Like,
No, I didn't play this one with her. There's a lot of themes in this one that like, yeah, this probably won't be a good fit.
Why? That's a date game, I think. Come on.
The scene you guys mentioned, it didn't really come off that like as extreme, I guess, just now, just in.
Oh
in
no, I
hindsight.
don't think that's extreme as.
I remember it being worse than it actually was.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it all the time. So when you guys hinted at it, I knew what it was, and I came to it. I'm like, that. I mean, it doesn't really look like much nowadays.
No, because everybody describes it as him doing something else, and obviously he's doing something sexual, but it's not. He's just like.
Yeah, it's a lot more implied than it is direct. But,
hey, later on, the doorman grabs your face and does something to it. So hey,
yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. Maybe that's sexual too.
Right.
I mean, he was a molester, I'm assuming, or abuser at least. It's insinuated that he molested.
Oh, it's outright basically said that he raped her, which is one of the theories is that the 23 holes with the pistons going through
fucking
in
hell.
the room.
Oh,
The amount of times.
that's right. Yeah.
God damn
Where you
it.
see the pendulum things in the holes and stuff.
Ugh.
Yep. It's a good time. So that's why I didn't want to play it with his girlfriend. So it's not Resident Evil where it's like, oh, look at the big monster man. Who is chasing
spooky.
you? Ooh. This one's like, she was molested. He's a child murderer.
Life sucks. Shitty things
this guy
happen.
You're reading about is a child murderer.
You yourself, you just fucking murdered someone because you're
a wife murderer that wanted to fuck. The little girl's an asshole. No one wants that. She's an asshole.
She was a hero, though.
She was the best character, though. Honestly,
like the voice acting was so bad, though.
I know,
so bad, especially the end. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah, you can tell it's like an older woman too doing the voice.
Yeah.
Which they usually do that. They get a woman to voice the younger characters, especially boys, because I guess we all sound like little girls.
It's so bizarre though, like especially seeing like the voice actress for Ash from Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's just so weird. I love seeing it though.
Timmy Turner is a
yeah, that too.
What's her name? Lila Pop Chainsaw. Yeah, Tara Strong. I don't know why Lollipop Chainsaw was the first thing I popped up.
Next that'll be our next horror game from David.
Lollipop Chainsaw? Oh, I'm down. That's like a 4-hour game too. We can get through that quick.
I almost put it on my list, but I didn't.
Lollipop Chainsaw is fun. Anyway.
No, I still have there's one game I'm still thinking of switching it up, but
with Grim Fandango?
No.
His
I
next
have
one,
my whole list for the year planned out.
David really wants to just announce his whole shit for the year, but I want him to at least have like some fun and like anticipation with announcing things.
Sure. I'll have my thing ready for next week though, if you want me to announce it. Because I have 3 different games I want to do.
Let's just do it for when you do Enslaved. We'll announce.
And then none of them are so Enslaved. Yeah, because none of them are going to be that long. The longest one's like 20 hours.
I got 2 that'll end up being.
And mine's in February, right? My next one.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't think that besides like what Destruction All Stars and fucking.
Didn't we go through this last time where you're like, hey, there's something coming out at the beginning of next year, and then you look and you're like, oh wait, everything's coming out.
Yeah, but usually not a lot of stuff comes out at the beginning of the year. Like we did this before. Like November is fine. We have like one exclusive game on PS5. That's it. And then they like all those games. I'm like, oh shit. It's just Demon's Souls 2.
Right, well, I guess December's safe, and then Cyberpunk's like, nah.
Queen. It's like fuck. You're good with Cyberpunk though, because I'll probably play Grim Fandango early December. Honestly, that's a good in between. That's a good. It's like Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a good game in between Halloween and Christmas, I think.
Yeah. Plus, I'm really playing Grim Fandango. Definitely a good wind down game.
Yeah, it's like it still has the Halloween spirit, but it's also fun. So it's like, you want some fun for Christmas, you know? You don't want daddy issues, wife issues, fat guy issues.
Go relate to that one.
Little girl issues.
Fucked up.
I did. Everybody laughs at me. Everybody laughs at me. Dog fucking laughed. Goddamn, that guy's knee laughed at me.
He was pretty unsettling when you first see him with the gun, though. He's just like...
He looked like a Dead Rising.
in his head, and bang.
Yeah, that's in the opening
Yeah.
Intro video, which is great. But it reminded me of like a Psycho from a Dead Rising game.
Yeah. I would not doubt if that's where they got their inspiration from.
Yeah, just some of the characters from Silent Hill in the past.
Yeah, I would not.
Also, shout out to James. Oh, everyone keeps making fun of me. I had to do something. You need help. James, this is not the time.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he goes
stupid shit. He goes depressed and he doesn't care anymore. Really, that's what he says in the beginning. He says it doesn't matter even if it's bullshit or not. The letter, I'm still gonna go. It doesn't matter. Like so, you immediately know he's like he doesn't really care anymore. But like his voice acting doesn't really. As a character, you get that, but as a voice, you don't get that from him because he's always like bewildered by everything. He's like Jeff Goldblum.
He's got the same tone for everything.
Yeah, he's like everything he says sounds like a question.
And yeah, no, it was the quote was I think, Eddie, are you nuts?
Are you nuts? That's at the end, I think, towards the end.
Yeah, when he's walking out with the gun, he's like,
where he has a gun, he's
me?
like, I murdered everybody. He's like,
no one takes me seriously. Are you nuts? All right, well, let me kill you.
Like, fucking,
hey, by the way,
even with the little girl's like, say please, I'll unlock the door. He's like, yo, brat. It's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go make her open the door.
By the way, who got the long ass sword?
Oh, that's weapon? Great. That's a Pyramid Head sword.
Yeah, I didn't know it slowed you down, so I would like just wait. I'm like,
yeah, you don't want to use that.
I'm like, all right, bitches. I'm just falling to mannequins. I'm like, all right. Come over. I'm coming to you.
Dude, Pyramid Head has a hard time. You think James is gonna be able to lift that bitch like he's from Monster Hunter?
I slapped Eddie with that thing though for sure.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, the playthrough didn't do that, but he did get the blade. He just went up to Eddie and just fucking shotgunned him a bunch.
It's a great weapon to use on New Game Plus because on the next run through you can get this item called the Hyper Freeze, which allows you to basically just kind of like almost like bear mace people, but it just kind of freezes them in place for a while. So you can just run up to enemies, bear mace them, and then just take the fucking sword and start hacking them apart.
Right.
And then the next one, you get the Mega Buster.
Yeah, that's where Silent Hill needs to stop, though. But I guess it has stopped permanently because they ain't making any more games. But that's where I just don't, because that ruins the story. I think when you're here's my big sword that freezes enemies. It's like it does massive damage.
Silent Hill 3 is the best for that, though. You get a whole magical girl transformation weapon in that one.
Sure. Yeah, I do know about that, but Silent Hill 3 is a little bit less serious than 2, like especially towards the end. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's
It
2
goes
is
back
depressing.
more to the supernatural side. So
Oh
yeah.
way more, way more.
Well, I
And
assume
I love,
so, just because the first one is, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
and you know it's a sequel. Everybody knows. Everybody
Yeah,
knows.
that's why I didn't know if Silent Hill 1 had a connection to 2, so that's why I was about to ready to play Silent Hill 1, but you guys said I didn't need to, so that was good.
And also, it's kind of annoying that everybody calls her by her last name because now you know. A big surprise, I feel like. So, anyway.
I will say also to the puzzles, as Gore mentioned for a second, I love puzzles that make you use another piece of paper and you have to kind of like work at it on your own.
Yeah, I love that too. Zero Escape. I have my notes somewhere for Zero Escape.
If you ever just become big and
Awesome.
become like have like a Patreon thing or something like that, or an auction
Something.
for something that should be your gift, someone just
That'll never happen. Not the selling the things, me getting big.
you're at 40,000.
Yeah, I average like 100 views unless I like
Unless you
YouTube sucks. See, unless I then I get 120. But
Anyway,
Work on cultivating that Indian following, you know?
yeah, that's right. I need to make more rupee
Gore the
videos.
Rupee God.
Gore the rupee god. Gore the T series god.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, the Bollywood god.
But yeah, going back to real quick, originally what started this line of thought, which is the differences. The other things, real quick to note, that are terrible with the HD remake, they also redid some of the artwork for the game, and they made it more modern and new.
It looks clean.
Yeah, that's too clean. That's actually what I'd say about the texture. That was the thing I remember. Like a lot of the textures look too clean too. Where like before, a lot of the walls and
grime was really
it was
really
a lot
helped.
of grime, but it was like they kept the grime, but it was too clean of grime, which is weird. You don't want your grime looking too clean.
The streets for sure.
You don't want to look like fucking Billy Mays showed up and got rid of that. Wait, did Billy Mays sell? Wait, what did Billy Mays sell again?
Yeah,
he cleaned the stuff, right?
OxyClean.
Okay, all right.
You're thinking of ShamWow though, guy.
Sham Man showed up and wiped away the wall. You don't want that. You want the grime there. And that's what the original game did. And by the way, we didn't talk about it. Silent Hill 2, because I watched someone play the original version on PS2. And then I went back and watched some of the Xbox stuff to see if we were talking about that extra shit. Because I've actually never played the extra stuff, so it was.
I was going to, but I ran out of time.
It didn't seem like I kind of skimmed through it, honestly, but it didn't seem like it was like.
I will play it, especially with that game with that new discovery of the new controls. Because now I'm just like flabbergasted at how much better it could have been.
It does add a new. It adds something to the story for sure, but
cool. Yeah, I'll play it sometime this week.
It doesn't matter to me that much because of the ending I prefer.
Sure.
But anyway, what was I saying?
Grime.
Grimy. Yeah, they redid a lot of the textures, and I appreciate they went in and did that because it could have been like a shitty remaster job where they take the same game, literally like put a HD like filter over or some shit, and that's it. But they tried and they failed. So, and I get it. The 360 is stronger, so you don't need all that fog. You can see more of the city, but that's not, or the town, but that's not the point.
Not the point. No, the point is not seeing. You can't see anything.
Yeah, when Team Silent made those first 3 games and then 4,
so fucking smart, by the way.
Yeah,
so
it was really
incredibly smart.
Especially with the first game. The first game
looks
was
really good.
It does. The fog in 2, and that's what I was gonna say. The lighting and the fog and just the world itself and the graphics and all the characters all look amazing. Like even the CG cutscenes look really good. Yeah, for 2001.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
and even the
one guy did that.
Yeah, one guy did the first one. I don't know about the second one.
Yeah, one guy did the first one because you heard the story.
One
about
guy
that, right?
did the first one. I know that. Yeah.
The story was like that some guy from higher up was gonna have all the credit.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, I'm doing this. I don't want to. I'm gonna stop doing this, or I'm gonna stop teaching those other guys if you don't let me." They're like, "Sure." So they gave him the upgrade, and then they kept trying to do that. And he's like, "They're like, oh, what are you gonna do? Do it all on your own?" He's like, "Yeah."
And it took a couple of years to do it.
2 years of living at the office, pretty much, to do all that.
That's pretty crazy. Hey,
pretty metal.
That's commitment. If someone asked me if I would do that for
Jason
one of my
Schreier would be all over that shit right now.
Oh yeah, Jason Schreier would be fucking. Oh, this is inhumane. Like that guy wanted
That
to
dude
do
would
it,
be
man.
best friends with him.
It sucks, but you know what? Hey, he wanted to do it. He had passion, and
And now
sadly,
he's a legend.
Team Silent is no more. But
But he's a legend.
yeah, but he is legend.
Uh, Also they replaced they replaced the music in the remake too, and it's not quite
Um,
as matched up.
it's
It's either that or it's muted.
it's a lot louder, but
Uh,
it's compressed. So it's
uh,
compressed and louder, and it cuts out randomly while you're playing.
yeah, okay, that I remember. I don't remember that while playing it back then, but I remember people talking about that as a negative. That it will cut out like at weird parts where it actually ruins the mood completely.
Yeah,
Like,
because you'll be having especially during some of the mood music during the cutscenes, you'll be having this kind of dialogue where, I mean, as we've talked about, some of the voice acting is not the greatest in this game, but the music really helps to kind of punctuate the emotion, and then just goes quiet, and then you just have the dialogue itself. Where you'll be going through a creepy fucking area, like you'll be in the hospital, kind of going around, the music just completely goes away, or you'll be kind of just going through where you're supposed to have the noise of your radio as monsters are around, and sometimes even that just goes out and you don't have anything from your radio.
And again, what was that? What was the background as to why all this was so shitty?
They lost the source code to the original game. So what they had to do was they rebuilt the game using an old beta version that they had.
yep, that's about right. So hey, I give him credit for trying.
So is there any glaring, like, not obviously technical issues
Gameplay
aside,
wise, it's fine from what I heard.
is there anything like extremely glaring that like, oh, they omitted this or something when they went from that beta version? Because I feel like if there
Well,
was enough
they
polish,
took
there might have been
out
something.
the scenes with Pyramid Head that we were kind of discussing earlier, where it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad, or it wasn't as bad as you remember it, but they did cut
They
out all
did?
those scenes.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm glad I didn't watch that one. That would piss me off actually. I made sure to fucking back to the PS2 one. That was the one I played. So,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
I got to the end of the. I want to say the end of the apartment, but then I would have saw they cut out the fucking Pyramid Head scene.
You would have known by then for sure.
Yeah, but maybe it was back. Maybe I did notice, but I didn't really care because it's just one scene. I was like midway through the apartment complex when I first played it, but when I first played the HD remaster, I'm talking about, and that was the last time I played it. So, you made me actually interested to go back to it, just the HD remaster.
just to kind of see how bad it really is.
Yeah, see how bad it really
I just look
is.
at comparison clips.
Sure, but I kind of want to see it myself. Like, I don't want to play that game, but I kind of want to see it at least.
I want to own it honestly, still, just for the fact, just to own
I have it.
I had my first instance of the audio cutout during the first bit of dialogue with Angela. That
Really?
whole segment was just quiet. It was just their dialogue.
Oh, that's
And there's actually a clip of that happening to someone else online too.
yeah, no, it happened. That's just. I'm assuming that's just how it happens because isn't it just a video they're playing while that's happening?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be like loading anything. It'd just be a video. So that means they chose for that to happen. It wasn't just
because it's layered.
oh, okay. So the music's over top the video. Okay,
yeah.
I get that. All right. Okay.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about? Like any major points?
Who's everyone's favorite enemy? Just design wise. Or not even enemy, just creature.
I think the
even
nurse. The nurse is definitely like the most. It's
yeah.
because it's the most iconic. I knew going into it.
Besides Pyramid Head.
Yeah. I knew that was coming around, and it was cool to see. Could probably put oh, this is where the origin comes from. You know.
You know what one really fucks me up is just the box guys. That one's terrifying to me. I don't know the way they float around, and you just see their
the way they walk at you.
When you kill them, they like fucking twitch around. That is the most Jacob's Ladder thing in this. Is when they're like twitching around and then they die.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
Jacob's
they start
Ladder
crawling
has
away.
Huh?
Or when the patient demons crawl away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When they
That's
like
what
run away. Yeah, when they scurry. I don't like anything that scurries quick. Don't scurry.
Don't look at David run.
Oh yeah, that's scary. I remember that. Oof. You're like a silent.
What about you, David? Favorite enemy?
Definitely those. What you mentioned, just because
There's
as Gore was kind of saying, I hate anything that tries to scurry away, and especially in this game, it's having to double tap things. I feel like was a nice touch to the game because anything you don't double tap will probably just come back to grab you later, sometimes almost immediately. So anytime one of those little fuckers would scurry, there's like that immediate sense of dread because of it. So I like that the gameplay mechanic tied into an actual level of dread with it.
I love just going like it's not to talk about enemies again, but or not. I'm trying to segue. Is that I love dread in just anything, whether it's movies or games or whatever. Like any, even like books. Just this impending idea that something is bad is about to happen, especially when you go in an elevator and it's like, hey, you got to put your whole ass inventory away. I'm like, bro, let me find another way down. I'll figure it out. They're like, nope, you got.
Nope.
Yeah, put it all away. Even your health packs or anything, you gotta put it all away.
Yeah,
I'm
everything.
asking her, like, is this gonna be a long time? Do I got a lot ahead of me? And I see like one mannequin
Still, like,
when I
couple
walk
enemies,
out.
I think,
Yeah, I see like one mannequin right away. I'm like, oh, fuck, gotta run. But stuff like that, especially like
I was
when
getting
things,
Code Veronica vibes from that, so I was like, oh fuck.
yeah, when things just
Code Veronica does that.
when things just go wrong, it's just so interesting the way that happens. When things go into nightmare mode into Silent Hill, when there's like the water was flooding in the hotel, and just like you don't really know why. Like, it's just stuff that you don't know why, or like unsettling stuff and dread is just such a good combo for just
And
everything.
this is a great example of how. All right, what, David?
Sorry, real quick. I decided to pull up a complete list of some of the changes that were made to the
Really
Silent
quick, hold
Hill.
on. Since that's gonna
Yep.
segue us somewhere off. Go finish your point because David's looking at it, so we'll get his point in a second.
I forgot what I was saying.
Fuck.
Um,
Dread, tension.
oh, that's one thing I want to say is that like the darkness, not the game, but the dark is an easy tool to use if you want to scare somebody. And there's a lot of dark elements in this game. I would say 99.9% of the game is in the dark or it's foggy. So
You just can't see more than
visibility
2 feet in front of you.
is visibility is limited. And I feel like a lot of horror games use that as like, oh, we just put it in the dark and jump scares or whatever. This game, even if it wasn't dark, like Silent Hill 1 is dark, but it was a PS1, so it was like one of those dark games where it's like we can't be like full on dark like in PS2 era, you know. So there's a lot of lit areas in the original game, from what I remember. But this game is 100% in the dark, and it just it completely works, and it doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels creepy just because the world itself is actually legitimately creepy, not just because it's dark. Where like a lot of horror movies, most of them featuring a killer doll or a fucking ghost, it's like it's dark in the house and there's a spooky ghost. Oh, it's scary because it's dark. Like, yeah, it's a primal fear. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and then when they don't overdo it, just make it a natural thing, as
It's
natural
very
as it can be,
natural,
rather than cutting it off. It's like it made sense that you were at nighttime in Silent Hill because you've been there for so long.
Been there for a little while. Yep.
Yeah. All right,
Yep.
David, show us up this list.
All right, tell us the changes, my guy.
All right. So the dialogue was changed around in the game.
Yeah, it's switched around a little bit here and there.
During the opening monologue theme, the guitar was changed from an acoustic to an electric.
Yeah, I did notice that. That's what I was thinking of when I was thinking about
Like,
it being
why?
muted.
Like, fucking why?
The distances were changed around, just minor things, changing the mile amounts. The streets and sidewalk textures were changed to look much cleaner. Typos within the subtitles abound. They put a TV box border around the scene where James smothers Mary with a pillow, so you can't really see that's what he even did to her.
Why? Because he's watching the videotape, I guess?
I guess.
I thought that was supposed to be more of a memory besides the videotape anyway. Like, they didn't film... whatever, fuck it.
And the one that made me laugh was some of the font in the game was changed to Comic Sans.
Nothing scarier than Comic Sans, honestly. Yeah. Honestly, the Silent Hill logo should be Comic Sans.
At this point, may as well.
Hey, I wonder if there's any person out there that can make Comic Sans look really good. I don't think there is, honestly.
Is it
Undertale.
aren't isn't like Conquer and Banjo and Comic Sans
No, I mean like look good as in like actually not
like
funny good. You know, and like
artistic?
yeah, like artistic. Like say the next Oscar-winning movie, the font for the
The
poster is in
Irishman.
Comic Sans. Like yeah, like well, I don't even know what Oscar movies are coming out this year. I don't think there's anything. Sonic might win, honestly. Sonic wins Best
Borat
Picture.
2.
Borat too. Yeah. I can't even think of another movie. Nothing else.
They're still gonna have the awards, right? It just didn't like
Yeah, they
March or
will.
something.
Technically, most of the big ones come out around
They'll
Christmas,
throw them
but
out December like last second.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're always limited release anyway, and you could just do that now anyway, just to say it's in the theater. So, and there's a couple of Netflix movies I'm sure will get nominated. The other Sacha Baron Cohen movie, the Trial of the Chicago Seven,
Oh
I heard
yeah.
that's really good. So, anyway,
Ooh.
no more movies.
Stay
Is there any
tuned for
other
Not in the
patches?
Movie podcast.
Yeah, which will come back never.
No.
There's no more patches. Okay. Um, Last thing I want to say is that it's good, baby.
Which will
I had something I wanted to say, I swear, but
All right, you think of that. I want to get to Green Super Flash's email here.
okay.
So if you do think of it, feel free to interrupt me because I'm just reading an email.
Sorry,
So
Super Flash.
What's up, buddy? He said at the end, P.S. You don't have to read this part. If you guys are reading my review, I don't. I'll be able to. I don't. I'll be able to catch the stream tonight since I've been busy work the past 2 months. But we'll check out the VOD once it's on YouTube.
Hell
But his thoughts here. What more could be said about Silent Hill 2 that hasn't already been said before? It's a pioneer in horror video games, and I believe, don't quote me on this, the first well-known horror game where the horror elements are the protagonist's own inner demons. Sure, there's spooky monsters and dude pyramid helmets on top of their heads, but the true horror comes from one's inner struggle to be unable to protect the ones you love. James Sutherland and the rest of the characters you meet in your trip across Silent Hill all have their own inner demons, like Eddie struggling with his self-consciousness, Angela unable to cope with her traumatic past. No, to get overly dramatic, but I enjoyed, perhaps not the right term, the themes of Silent Hill 2 were present. Aside from the story and themes, I very much enjoyed the overall experience of this game. While managing your inventory was a bit of a drag since it was an early PS2 game, the setting and monster designs were all top notch. While the voice acting was anything but spectacular, it somehow worked for this game.
Mhm.
I did play the recent HD version of the game on Xbox. Not the best way to play the classic games, I know, but I did enjoy my time with the game. Overall, it's still a great game many years later and a classic in the genre.
I'm excited for him to actually go back and play the original now. He gets a chance to. I think
Here's that voice acting.
So yeah, no, I think that's a
That's a
good
good
way
review.
to put it. Is that it's yeah, it was a good one. I think it's a very mature horror game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, it deserves that M rating for the fact that it's not just blood and gore and grotesque. It's dealing with a lot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as we mentioned already earlier, is that the best horror movies deal with those human elements. You know, the human elements bring out the terror in the monsters. You know, like
The Thing.
what's the yeah Among Us the game.
I hate
The
Wait, the movie, man.
that's right, yeah Among Us the movie. What's that?
I call Among Us the Thing, the movie, the game. The
What's
game.
that Ari Aster short?
The strange thing about the Johnsons.
Like that's terrifying, and that's not monsters. You know, that's just. I think the more you humanize like trauma, you know, the more you humanize the stuff that because like scary, ooh, monsters, grotesque, ooh, doorman, you know,
Doorman.
like that. That's
Fucked up
yeah.
look.
It's like oh, it's fucked up looking, but trauma follows you, man. Like trauma is like something that like that is a non-dying demon, you know? And so when you build something alongside it to when you actually like materialize your trauma as a monster, and kind of form like I'm really excited to listen to the developer comments. I might do that tonight while I'm uploading this. I really want to hear their mindset behind that because, like I said, it's easy to write a lot of types of screenplays. Like the one because I've taken screenwriting classes at college, and I've written a full one. But damn, like I can't write horror for the life of me because it's such a nuanced thing. If you want to do it right, you can either do it shitty and get away with it these days because fucking why not, or you
You
can
could
do
do
it
it shitty, Blumhouse, or you could do it good. Ari
A24.
Aster. A24. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or just Ari Aster.
yeah, no,
That's my shit.
um, it's just so nuanced, and I'm really just very impressed with how well they pulled off these weird things. Because I think the coolest thing about it is I like when you know if something is up, but unless you really think about it, you're not gonna know it. You gotta put the effort in. You know, it's a give and take. Someone's not gonna force feed you this cool narrative. You have to think about it too.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Queen.
Queen. That's what I like about it. And I mean, you ain't gonna get that from Resident Evil 4. Let me just tell you, with his Napoleon-looking dude, you're not gonna get a deep story about depression and like just.
Yeah, when you're playing Resident Evil 5, you're not thinking about the psychological aspects.
Oh, I was depressed during Resident Evil 5. Don't get me wrong.
No, I was depressed during Resident Evil 6. That Ada campaign.
Oh yeah.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Any last farewell notes before we move on from Silent Hill 2? Until until a year from now when we come back to it.
Yeah. I wish Silent Hill 2 was remade by whoever can make a really good remake, like Blue Point. That would be amazing. Because there are flaws. I mean, I don't think the gameplay is great, honestly.
No.
I never.
It's an imperfect, perfect game. It's kind of weird, like this is.
It shows its age.
It shows its age, and it's definitely got plenty of rooms to improve. But also, I also don't want people to touch it in a way. It's like I don't want anyone.
I trust Blue Point. I trust. You know what? Give it to Capcom. Get Resident Evil 2 remake. Do it with that. Just Resident Evil 2 remake though. Resident Evil 3 they kind of fuck with, but
yeah, just use Resident Evil 2 HD engine.
Give it to somebody that could do something. You know what? Don't even remake it. Just make a new one. And if the rumors about a new one being made are true, I will give it a shot for sure.
Oh yeah.
I just think this is it'd be catching lightning in a bottle twice if you want to do Silent Hill 2 because I don't think this voice acting would go with modern audiences.
Yeah.
I don't think the themes. I mean,
I think,
sure.
I think all that stuff could still work. I think people
yeah.
And that's why Silent Hill 2 is still a classic, and people would still say it's a classic. But
I struggled thinking about it because comparing it to something like The Last of Us 2, where it has themes, but themes these days are force fed.
But it doesn't beat you over the head with it.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like characters do horrible things, and then once they get to the big character they want to do a horrible thing to, they say, "No, I'm not about that revenge life." I'm like, what the fuck? How about all the other people you killed?
So Last of Us can be kind of what the most modern way we could think of like a nuanced thing. No, a lot would be more near, I think, right? It'd have to be like near levels of care put into the story of it. But the thing is, I don't know if it do that. I think they'd have to overhaul the voice acting, but they'd have to do it right still the second way. You can't just straight up import that voice acting, unfortunately.
No.
No one would be okay with that.
Modern wise, give Troy Baker another shot. Maybe he can make it work.
No,
I like.
What? Also,
great. Fuck you.
It's fine.
They could get nobodies. They get just like they did with them. Get nobodies.
Get Gore.
Yeah, get me. I'll do it.
Right.
Mary.
Oh wait. You know what? Hold on.
Mary.
Can we end it like that?
Oh, wait. Where's Mary?
David, I have a mission for you before we wrap this up. Get the beginning monologue text. And let's let Gore read it, and let's let Gore audition for the role of James Sunderland right now.
Well, yeah,
on it right now.
Let's get that beginning intro.
Probably be easier if I just find it, because then I can read it.
While you guys do that, this is Games Gone By. This is our monthly book club. You made it this far, obviously, you know that. All right, give me a second. Let me send this out here. So this is our monthly book club thing. We got November 26th, Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. December 24th, Grim Fandango. January 29th, No Man's Sky. And remember, this podcast podcast I feel like is still very evergreen. You know, you can share the older episodes and share those around to friends. If your friends play this game, try recommending us to them if they played something like, I don't know, God of War for the first time, Undertale for the first time, Doki Doki Literature Club. Come check us out and let us know. Also, like, comment, subscribe. Give us some feedback too if you want us specifically to move a certain way with games gone by. You know, David and I still have some more ways to improve. We want to do. Definitely looking into a new logo. Hopefully, sometime in the foreseeable future. Hopefully by January, come maybe by March. I'd say by March. I think is my goal. That I kind of want to build a PC that we can make the production value of this go a lot better.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? Also, we're kind of considering this, kind of not. Let us know if the live format of Games Gone By is something you guys like. If maybe I know that maybe the fatigue of doing it Blue Rupees and Games Gone By back to back might be a bit much for some. So maybe we move this off the live format into like a more produced, better mindset. You know, where it's like, hey, we're doing this like at an appropriate time where it's not late, so we can go as ever long as we want.
Maybe add a little more structure to the flow of it or something too.
Sure, but if not, if you do like the live format and you like getting to hang out with us and because people like chiming in chat too about the game too, let us know. Like we're such in a weird way where we want to be very flexible, but also want to adapt a bit more. Because we're on like 20 episodes of Games Gone By. We're on the verge of 100 episodes of Blue Rupees. You know, we're open to whatever you guys want. So if you're listening to this right now, we know we have some listeners. We know we have a good chunk of people. Not everyone's chiming in, but I mean, we don't expect that to, right? We know the usuals, and as I do with every podcast, I just listen. But if you have any requests or comments or advice or whatever you want with the podcast, let us know. We're reading every single comment, and we interact with everyone on Twitter. Whatever you guys want, brp@bluerupees.com too. With that said, shout outs to Konami. If you guys need a new James Sunderland, we got your boy Gore here. Gore, take it away.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it to the spirit of the original actor for James Sunderland. Or is
All right, there we go. Good start.
Kiefer Sutherland.
all right. Silence.
Right, so
now.
just from I got a letter, right? That monologue.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna keep it in the spirit. Okay. I got a letter. Oh, the name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that darn disease 3 years ago. Darn. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? Gosh, this whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park, on the lake, zoo, the aquarium, the graveyard, the apartment complex, the historical society, that one place you fight Mary at the end, the room, Silent Hill 4, I don't know, a graveyard, or he said. We spent the whole day. We spent the whole day there. God, just the two of us staring at the water. We're boring. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive, waiting for me?
All right, Adrian.
I don't
you need
know.
to cut this part and
Who
put
the
it
fuck
in the
is
beginning.
talking? Who's talking?
I'm sorry. It's just the mic grip.
Mary?
Sorry, sir.
Mary? Is that you?
Sure.
Thank God I need this.